T-Bone you're about to listen to is incredibly stupid. Listener discretion is advised.
Trying to tell a nice little story about Tara Reid.
Yeah, and you spend 5 minutes trying to remember where the location was, like it even mattered to the story.
I like how you pop in for one segment, you're going to give me shade.
Oh.
Shade.
Shade.
He said that like Bill Raftery, just like, with a little kiss.
Oh, my.
Shade.
Hey, a little shade. Throwing it on him.
My sternum hurts.
I bet it does.
Featuring Panama Ted,
I'm a dork and stupid.
Timmy Hall,
I love a good, thin meat.
and a crap ton of random sounds from the internet.
His lower body is ridiculously thick.
You're a little stupid.
Not on my watch.
My butt's sore.
Holler.
I like that laugh.
Welcome to Man and Bone.
Happy Thursday. Welcome in. Hello, Bone.
Hello, man.
We got a big program for you today, including a little makeup from Tuesday.
Oh, yeah?
We're going to put makeup on each other.
That's good. I like
A
that.
little rouge.
I'm all about it.
Milan rouge.
Mayo on your hot dog.
Voulez, whatever the song is, but in his voice. That was bad.
Degenerate
Let's just start over.
T-Bone is coming up at 4:46. Game show in the 5 o'clock hour. What is the game today, Boner?
Well, Mike, we don't know what things are going to cost in the future, but in the past, they were a lot cheaper. So I thought, let's go back to a random year. I picked the last time the Browns won an NFL championship, which was 1964. And I'm going to ask you questions about how much things were back then, over-unders on certain items. And I think it will blow your mind
All right.
to hear some of the prices.
How you doing, Ted?
Doing good, Mike.
I always like to see Ted put those headphones on rapidly.
Oh, he's that.
It's like, oh, he's calling me. All right.
Quick, he's one of the quickest in the game when it
That's
comes to
right.
putting on his headphones.
That's right.
He's got so many things to start the show he has to do. And then we say, how you doing, Ted? And he's like, ah! Like in his head, you see just for a moment of like, no, I have other things. But then he grabs his headphones and doing good, Mike.
I'm
Just
like Doc
right.
Holliday of headphone putting on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Quick draw.
Jackets and Avs tonight over at Nationwide. 7:30 start time. Our pregame coverage starts at 7. Now, the Avs played last night in Chicago. They could not get out last night after the game because of storms. So they didn't get here until about noon today.
Yeesh.
And then they're playing at 7:30. Now, that could be good. That could be bad. Right? I've seen this before where you got a team that's just delirious.
Yeah.
They haven't hardly slept. They're just doing blow all night.
That's what they're
They
doing.
show up at the rink, and then it's like, those police officers trying to tase the guy who's on bath salts,
Right.
and
Yes.
he just has superhuman strength and can't feel anything. Like, what's wrong with this guy? Well, he'll feel it later.
Oh, yeah.
But right now, he feels nothing. Maybe the Avs come in and they're like that tonight. Hopefully not. Hopefully they're tired, and the Blue Jackets take advantage and get 2 points they desperately need.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of if this is a good thing or a bad thing like you, because I could see a team coming in and being like, we are so gassed. None of this was our fault that this happened yesterday. You know, we'll give it the old college try, but if after a period we're down 3 goals or something, pack it in. Like if the Jackets jump on them early, not saying that's happening, right? The Avs are a great team, but if that happens, maybe they pack it in. Or do they come in with the, can you believe this BS we've had to deal with for the last 14 hours, whatever it's been? They come in so pissed off that they're just like a bandsaw and they're just going through you. I hope not, right? I hope that it's more of the, we're pro athletes, we're used to certain accommodations, we didn't get any of that, we're exhausted. Get on them early, don't let them breathe, and then eventually they just wilt. That's what you need to do if you're the Jackets tonight.
Blue Jackets settle in 10th because the Rangers won last night. So the Rangers 2 points up on Jackets time. The Jackets do have 2 games in hand on the Rangers. And I think Paul said that Montreal's playing tonight too.
Yes.
So keep an eye on that one. I mean, look, we're at that time of year, right? Where you're watching the scoreboard. You're watching what other teams are doing because obviously you need to go out and do your job, but you have to hope that other people don't do their job too.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's getting frustrating now, especially watching some of these other games because that Montreal game a couple nights ago where they were down late and then they score 2 to come back and get it in overtime. And it's like, last thing you need, right? It's annoying watching that. It's frustrating, but this is the position you're in because you didn't muster a little bit more offense after that stadium series. It kind of fell into a little bit of a funk.
I know, but all these teams are in the position that they're in. I also declared the season over in your absence.
I know you did.
It's over.
Well, you said it was over,
it's
but
still over.
See, I'm not there.
No, I'm there. It's over.
That's fine. I'm until the math says it's not. I'm again. Do I think they're going to win the Stanley Cup? No. Obviously, we've seen them against the best teams in the NHL. They don't look like they're up to that standard yet. But I'm not ready to pack it in on this season. I'm going to say no.
Can't do it.
Are you? Is this a reverse jinx thing? You're trying to challenge?
Maybe it is. Maybe it's not.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I'm not giving up until the math says they're not allowed to go. Then I'll believe it.
If the Avalanche come in here after getting no sleep and they win tonight, I hope they plant their flag at center ice and get pepper sprayed.
And Dean Evison is just staring
into the abyss.
For some reason, Jack Sawyer is there still yelling.
I don't care.
He's
I'll take
there.
Jack Sawyer.
Yeah, of course.
Throw some stuff around on the ice.
Mm-hmm.
Look, a lot of it's reverse psychology. I want the opposite of my prediction to happen. But you got a bunch of hungry teams around you. And here's the good news, though. It looks like your stars are playing like your stars, right?
Sure. Yeah.
It's one thing to say, oh, Sean Monahan's back. That's great. But Sean Monahan also has to play like Sean Monahan, and he is.
Yeah.
That's the good news. The guys who you desperately need to score goals for you are scoring goals for you. My nightmare is, and again, this is another sport. It has nothing to do with anything. But, Teddy, how many runs did your Reds score on Monday?
14.
14. How many runs have they scored the rest of the week?
0.
Right. And so you look at that performance the other night, and it was, good times, and Tyvis Powell's in the house, and it's hat trick time, and 8 goals. I hope that same momentum, the same results are there tonight. Yeah. That's all. 7 o'clock here on the Fan.
Can we also talk about we're focused on the main thing here, which is season hopefully not over. Get to the playoffs. Do everything you can for that. Are we aware of the kind of low-key bad becoming high-key bad situation with Damon Severson?
No.
This is a man making $6.2 a year, $6.2 million a year, 8-year deal. No trade until 2027.
Is he out tonight?
Healthy scratch tonight.
I know.
For Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
Who is on the league minimum. And again, all-timer with, like a lot of good games for Columbus, a lot of good games in his career. He's a great player, all those things. He's 38 years old. So those of you who may have said Damon Severson, done, it's great, he's awesome. Let's just pump the brakes on that.
No one's saying that. No one said that last year. He was disappointing last year. Rimmer identified him as one of those guys that needs to come out and play better this season. For the most part, he's just been the same guy. And usually, look, we lived in an age of Tortorella. How's he doing, by the way? Dead.
Yeah.
We lived in an age of Tortorella where he would like to make statements and, speak through the media. I'm going to show you what it's like. I'm not going to play you. I'm going to sit you. And then 2 days later, all's forgiven. That's not what Dean Evison is doing here.
No.
Dean Evison is concentrating on winning hockey games. He is giving veterans an opportunity to earn their ice time. But Jack Johnson's had to deal with it. He's a veteran. He's been around forever. He's a healthy scratch. Damon Severson has to deal with it. He's making a lot more money. But you know what the other side of that is? You got Don Waddell and Dean Evison sitting around saying, I didn't sign him to that contract.
Right.
My job is to win hockey games today. I got to put the best guy on the ice to win hockey games.
Don't misconstrue what I'm saying, that I'm saying somehow this is, woe is Damon Severson. I'm saying the opposite. I'm pointing out that the on-ice play has given them pause enough to say, we could probably just roll with Jack Johnson tonight for that third pairing. That's probably 6 of one, half dozen the other, compared to the guy who is making a lot of money for you over the next, 8 years.
Well,
or whatever.
you're getting healthier, right? And there's probably going to be an evening where Goodbranson is sitting up there.
Sure enough.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't been around all season long. Now he's found his way into the rotation. You're going to this is a good problem to have, I guess. It sucks, and it's more noticeable when guys who are the highest paid on the team are the ones sitting up in the press box.
Yeah, and it's not, I don't think it's a let me send a message to this guy thing. It is purely I think this guy's better. Jack going against one of his old teams, right? Won a Stanley Cup with the Avs, if I'm not mistaken. Jack Johnson did.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, there's probably a little extra mojo in this one for him to, like, not that they're all pros, but, you know, get out there and get after it tonight. So let's see what happens.
We will hear from T-Bone's favorite guy coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch out for an accident that's blocking the left lane on northbound 23 after Powell Road. We also have an accident that's blocking the right lane on eastbound 270 on the South Outer Belt after 71. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Hey, Ohio State fans, while others cut corners like that team up north, Valvoline Instant Oil Change is Buckeye level quality, and you can stay in your car while their experts do the work. Drive in today. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. I'm Nicole on 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
1-800-GOT-JUNK makes space for possibilities.
When our clean, shiny truck arrives, it's the sign of a new beginning, a clean start, a breath of fresh air.
All the animals start giggling, a rainbow appears, and music fills the air.
Your best friend calls with happy news. Every table has fresh flowers on it, and your nights are full of candlelight.
We bring the springtime.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate your snoring every night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I totally get it. But the good news is there are alternatives to the CPAP machine. And Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your spouse will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and, of course, stops your snoring. That's the main point. It's quick and comfortable and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and now he's expanding his practice to better serve his patients with a brand new location in Marysville. I love Marysville. If you're snoring and not sleeping, you need to call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. Do not delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. You can also visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. And now, sleepbettermarysville.com too.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is simple and effective. At the end of the day, it's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And betting reduced juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Attention kingdom-seeking business professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors in Columbus. Are you ready to experience a life-changing event that will elevate your faith, finances, and future in 2025? Then you won't want to miss this. Join us for Life Search, featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center for an extraordinary one-day event that will empower you to transform every area of your life through the power of faith. Prepare to be inspired by an incredible lineup of champions, including college football champions Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs, three-time national champion head coach Urban Meyer, sportscaster Kirk Herbstreit, two-time national football champion Tim Tebow, and more. These champions have experienced firsthand how faith transforms lives, and they'll be joining Life Search to share their powerful stories and insights on how to integrate faith into your business, finances, and every aspect of your journey. Seats are selling fast to this unforgettable event, so don't wait. Head to lifesearch.com now to secure your tickets before they're gone. Life Search featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center. Don't miss out. Your transformation begins here. Visit lifesearch.com today.
The Blue Jackets are making a push for the playoffs, and they can't wait to fire the cannon right in your face. Wait, that was a touch violent. I'll try again. It would be helpful to chart their progress right here on The Fan. Thank you kindly.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
even before you find a home. Lock in 6.50%, APR 6.56% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
April 6th at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Rewards members get $5 off an acai bowl or an acai bowl with Nutella. Log into the app on April 6th to redeem your rewards. Terms and conditions apply.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Expect some dry time early this afternoon as temperatures climb into the low 70s and upper 60s. We'll see winds die down as well out of that southwesterly direction around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Returning showers and some embedded thunderstorms move back in this evening as we fall down to the lower 50s overnight. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Erica Kalora.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
We did the math. Common Man has hosted over 5,000 shows on The Fan. 3 of them have been halfway decent. Here's Man and Bone.
Hey, Teddy.
Yeah.
This ain't one of them.
Well, it's been like 10 minutes.
No, it doesn't matter. It's not one of them. Let me tell you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. You know, Bone, as men get into their early to mid-30s, they start losing 2 to 3% of their testosterone production every single year. Did you know that?
I did know that.
It happened because I tell you, it happens gradually. And then before you know it, you don't feel like the same man that you did when you were younger. Maybe your libido is gone, putting on weight, less productive at the gym. Maybe you're sad or depressed. Those are a lot of the symptoms of listening to this show and of low testosterone. Go see my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Call them today, 800-900-9654, or visit tristatemenshealth.com.
Yeah.
Jake Diebler was on Morning Juice. Before we hear from him, he just got himself somebody from the portal.
Yes, he did. And he got himself a big from the portal, Mike. Santa Clara, former Santa Clara center, Christoph Tilly.
Christoph Tilly.
Originally from?
Jennifer Tilly.
No, Germany. Berlin, specifically.
All right.
Yeah. So he's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that, is what wrestling told me. He averaged 12.5 points and 5 rebounds a game.
All right, that's all well and good. I can't tell you that I know who this guy is. I haven't seen a lot of UC Santa Clara stuff, but you've watched some footage now.
I spent the last 3 minutes watching his highlights.
So now you're an expert on his game.
That's right.
Can he move?
That's something he can do according to all the highlights. Like his transfer portal highlight reel that's up on YouTube is almost every one of these plays is him going up to the top of the key, setting a screen, and then expert footwork to get out of that, get to an open area, catch the feed, pump fake, dribble, drive, dunk. Like, all right. I mean, he can move. He's fluid with the ball in his hands. I'll give him that. I don't know. I mean, if you're 7 feet tall and you're averaging 5 rebounds a game in the West Coast Conference, I don't know if that means you're going to be a 12-10 guy in the Big Ten, but I'll take something more than what we got last year from Aaron Bradshaw, and it looks like there's a little potential here. He's got some meat on his bones, too. He's not like a thin 7-footer. He's solid built. So, like, I don't want to say muscular, but solid.
Not a twig.
Not a twig.
All right.
No. But he can move. So, you know what? I'm cautiously optimistic there.
Look, you desperately need help with this team. You needed help in the portal. You've already lost some talent, air quotes, in the portal. Jake Diebler was on Morning Juice this morning. He talked about 2 of those guys that are leaving. Michi's going back to South Carolina. Aaron Bradshaw hits the portal.
You know, Michi went through a lot this year, and, you know, I'm glad he got a chance to kind of share his story. Clearly, you know, he feels a comfortability at South Carolina, so, you know, happy for him. And, you know, I think Aaron and I had some really honest conversations and, you know, feel like it's best for him. You know, I think he feels it's best for him to go find a situation where with maybe some more consistent, you know, minutes and opportunity. And listen, that's what this time of year is all about. It's about honest conversation.
His honest conversation was, "You're bad. Please leave."
I mean, he's being as diplomatic as he can be, but yeah, that honest conversation was, if you just stay here, you will play little to none. Because I can't put you on the floor with you getting 4 rebounds, 3 rebounds a game, something like that. Can't do that.
Here is Coach about talking about how he wants to build a roster.
I think it starts with retention when you're looking at the roster, and we are really excited about the aspect. And we got to add the right pieces, and some of those pieces need to be really productive. Obviously, we're looking to add size and skill in our front court, and then other pieces that you add maybe won't be relied upon as much production as others, but they're going to play an important role. So I think the culture aspect, feel really good about where we're at there. And then now, having great retention and moving forward, quite honestly, retention and experience, those two things tend to set you up really well in college basketball.
He also talked about Bruce Thornton, and he says that Bruce Thornton's going to go through the NBA draft process because you can.
Sure.
And you should, by the way. Even if you're not serious about going, if you don't think you're going to hear anything great in return, just to go through the process and understand what it is. I would encourage everybody to do that, and all the good coaches do. So Bruce is going to go through that, but Jake did say that he fully expects him to come back next season. He's likely to come back.
Yeah, so sounding like barring the NBA scouting process, wowing him and saying, oh, yeah, I've got a legit shot at getting drafted and playing in the NBA after this season.
Because that was our biggest fear, is that he hits the portal.
Well, yeah, I was more worried about that than him going to the NBA. Now, if he does go to the NBA, more power to him. I don't stand in anybody's way who wants to go out and get paid for what they're doing, more than you are in college these days, or whatever the case. But I would guess he's probably, if he tried to hit, the NBA draft, right now, the type of prospect he is, I would think you're probably more likely to make money in college.
Yeah.
And you'd be a fringe NBA guy right now. You need another year where you can show maybe there's something more there that gets you a little bit higher on those draft boards.
Ryan Day says the spring game will indeed be the spring game, not the spring showcase they've been talking about. So
right.
I guess he feels confident enough to stage a spring game. I know that a lot of coaches out there have been talking about the depth of the spring game, but the Buckeyes will have their traditional game.
Yeah, well, he had talked about before wanting to have, be careful with injuries, right? If you've got a lot of bodies that are just injured from spring practice and then you go out and try to play a game and you risk putting guys in situations where they're not really prepared for
Well, not just that. I mean, the amount of games they played last season, the returning guys are probably still wiped.
Right, yeah. So, and then you start off the season, like we've said, you're not easing in. You start off with Texas. So there's no, the whole schedule is going to be, top to bottom, it's going to be tough this year. So, yeah, I don't blame him for being a little cautious with that. But now that he's seen enough in camp, I'm going to guess he's seen enough too at some positions. I know quarterback's been talked about, but there are others where he's probably saying, I've got some real competition here, or more competition than I expected. So let's get as much of a game scenario as we can get for these guys so I get all the evaluation that I need.
Big piece of crap. Alex Ovechkin has 892 goals. He is 3 away now from breaking the record he scored last night. The Caps play the Jackets on the 12th and the 13th, back-to-back. I want to say that one on the 12th is here, and it's afternoon. It's like at 12:30, they're going to put it on Big Boy ABC because of this.
Yeah.
And then, in Washington the next night. I was having this conversation with a buddy, and I almost wanted to slap him right in the face because he said, I really hope he does it against the Blue Jackets. I said, why? Oh, it's a historic thing. It's like, all right, it's a historic thing. I don't want to see my team on highlights for the rest of my life as the team that led up the big goal for Alex Ovechkin as he becomes the all-time goal leader. I don't care about that. I don't want that.
Let me ask you this question, because I agree with you in principle, but there's a caveat. If he scores a goal and then the Caps win that game, then I can see that point being taken. But if he were to score the only goal in like an 8-1 loss, because the Jackets just, again, Cap's really good, but if somehow they had a tremendous game and they beat him, and he just happens to score a goal that does break that record, then you can say you were there for history. Even if you don't like him, you were there for NHL history. That's something. And you can remember every time they show that highlight, what happened next? They lost. So that part, if there was
no one's going to show that.
But if I guarantee you that the Jackets won that game and he scores one goal in a otherwise blowout great day for the Jackets, I could understand saying, well, then I was there for history, something that very few people will ever get to say, even if you don't like that guy, which I don't. I can understand that one piece of it. But no, I don't want to watch him.
What do you think?
I don't want to watch him beat my team and then go get the goal and all that stuff, too.
Yeah, I get what Bone's saying, that, hey, you get to see this, moment in history, but they lost the game when the Jackets beat them. But I'm kind of with you on this, Mike. I don't want to see him beat that record against my team. He can do it, a different night against a different team. The problem is he'll have 2 chances to do it against the Jackets there. Okay. So hopefully he either gets it before then or after that. I don't want to see it against the Jackets.
I never understood that. And I guess maybe it's just me, obviously, because plenty of people are this way. But, you're at a baseball game and your team is getting no hit or there's a perfect game. At some point they're almost cheering against their team because they want to see what they consider to be history. I don't get that.
I wouldn't be openly rooting for it, but if it happens, I wouldn't be mad about it. All right. In that no-hitter analogy you just gave, if my team is losing 8-0, I'm watching my team get decimated on this day.
I don't care. I still don't want to see it.
But I don't want to see
at
least. All right. So then if you catch a foul, again, I'm looking at it as I'm at this game. I'm watching something I didn't want to see in that case anyway. And now at least I can say, yeah, I was there. I've seen a no-hitter.
Can I tell you something? I'd leave.
You'd leave?
I'd leave. I'd beat the traffic.
That's insanity to me.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see.
No. I would leave too if it was 8. If it was 9-2 and it's
no.
Bottom of the 8th, and I'm like, yeah, we're not coming back in this game.
If my team is losing 8-0 and they're going to the 9th and there's a perfecto on the board for the other team, I'm out the door.
That's insane to me.
I'm gone.
No, I
don't want to see it.
I'm staying, and you know what? If the guy does it, then I'm standing up and applauding and saying, yeah, you got the job done.
Text the burner phone, 614-787-3093. Do you want to see it? If you're in the building, do you want to see it, or are you a psychopath like me and you just walk out and leave? Speaking of psychopath, what the hell's going on with the Cincinnati Bengals? We're going to talk about it in 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Be aware of an accident that's on westbound 270's off-ramp to Sawmill Road. That's on the North Outer Belt. And we've got a slowdown on westbound 70 downtown between the 71 East Split and Livingston Avenue. This report is sponsored by True Green. We're back in the Miller's Yard, who now use True Green. Their lawn started looking like a fairway, and pro golfers started showing up. They loved playing this lawn. Get a PGA Tour quality lawn for as little as $1 a day at TrueGreen.com. Exclusions apply. See TrueGreen.com for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Yeah, boss asked us to get the Ohio Lottery kiosks ready for the new $20 scratch-off, $2 million extreme cash. With $38 million in total prizes, we had to go big. We had cup holders, monster truck tires, even installed air horns in case somebody reveals the extreme symbol and wins every prize on the scratch-off. Boss thinks the light shows a bit much, but gotta celebrate $2 million top prize winners somehow. So yeah, play $2 million extreme cash from the Ohio Lottery. And if you can tell my boss I did a good job, that'd be cool too. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
When was the last time you had your plumbing inspected? Small issues such as tiny leaks or old water heaters can quickly turn into big problems if they're not caught early. Take action with Logan Services and schedule a free plumbing safety inspection to help keep your home running smoothly. Schedule your free inspection now and experience the fast, friendly service you've come to expect from Logan Services.
We've all got our daydreams, right? Little things, big things, things you know one day you'll do. Then out of nowhere, cancer. And all your plans don't change a bit. I would know. I'm about to jump out of an airplane with my dad. Our first time skydiving solo. And my second year since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health. All right, Dad, let's go. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Does excessive amounts of Prozac make your sack droop down to your knees? Asking for a friend. My friend's name is Mike. Back to Droopy Sack and T-Bone.
Droopy Sack and T-Bone brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company. Before we get to... the question is this. Blue Jackets have 2 more games left with the Capitals. Alex Ovechkin has 3 goals to go, and then he's the all-time goal leader in the history of the NHL. If you're a Jackets fan, do you want to be in the building to witness that against your team? Win or lose. I don't care if my team wins or loses in that scenario. I do not want to be there. I don't want to be there. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see highlights 20 years from now with, somebody getting juked out of their shoes as he stands there. Well, I shouldn't say that. He doesn't juke anybody. He's going to stand off to the side and he's going to slap it.
I'm saying it's going to be a slapper that you're barely going to see. It's going to be in the net, and then they're going to take 20 minutes to celebrate or whatever. Here's what I would say. I'm not buying a ticket to go to this. I'm not paying extra to be a part of history, nothing like that. Okay? I understand all of what you're saying. But if I already have tickets or I can get tickets at a reasonable price, I presume if he's like one away, the ticket prices are going to be through the roof, right? The resale value to go get there. But if someone had given me tickets and I already have them and I can go to this for free, essentially, then yeah, I'll go. I'll want to watch my team stop him from it happening. But if it does happen, I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh. I'll be like, oh, well, that was kind of cool. I wouldn't be at any point rooting for it to happen. Just like I wouldn't necessarily be rooting for a no-hitter or a perfect game to happen against my team. But if my team is winning against the Caps in that game, if the Jackets are getting the job done, and then he scores a meaningless goal that happens to be not meaningless in the course of NHL history, I wouldn't mind being there for that. I'm not paying extra for the privilege, but if it happens in front of me, I'm not mad about it.
Here's what I want to see. This is exactly the scenario that I want to see. It's not going to happen, but I wish it would. Capitals coming here that Saturday, 12:30 national game. It's a game going down to the wire. Blue Jackets have themselves a 1-goal lead. Capitals pull the goalie, right? Extra skater. Ovi's on the ice. Scores a goal. And they're celebrating. They're going crazy. The announcer's going crazy on TV. Oh, my God, we finally saw it. Then they go to replay. And he's got a distinct kicking motion. They go to Toronto.
Yeah.
And they yank it away. And they yank it away, and the Blue Jackets win. Now, there's a reason why that wouldn't happen. First of all, Toronto would never yank it away. They'd say, oh, I don't see it.
Yes.
And they'd let this goal stand.
They absolutely
Second
will.
of all, Ovi would have to be close to the net.
Right.
Which he's also not going to do.
No, the only way they'd pull a goal off is if, like, in the build-up to the entrance of whatever sequence nets him a goal because he's standing on the dot and slaps one in, it's offside like a minute and a half beforehand, and they've passed it around.
Man, that would be so great.
Right, if they get him on one of those technicalities.
They challenge it on the offside.
And it's like, so it has to be blatantly obvious. Like, you'd have to have a guy like 2 feet over the line and the puck's not even at the blue line for them to be like, oh, wow, I guess we missed it. They'd have to pull it off. Now, that I would agree with you. That would be sweet.
Here's what else I would do. If it happens against the Blue Jackets, I'm Elvis, right? Elvis is a hothead.
Yeah.
Right? He's a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Puck goes in the net. This is going to be the puck everybody wants.
Uh-huh.
He then picks up the puck and throws it in the stands.
I would love that, too. And if I grabbed it, I would run out of the building.
Well,
if you throw it to me, look, I'm running out of the building, and my heart would stop me, but I'm getting out of that building.
They'll get it back, but at least you're going to make somebody in the crowd rich.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
They're going to have to pay for the puck. I would take that puck, throw it right in the stands.
Jackets aren't paying for it. Ovi's going to have to pay for it. You're going to have to take some of his cash, or at least the Capitals. They'll pay you for it.
Teddy?
What if the Jackets challenge it and they go back to the war room in Toronto and they got the monitors there, and then you see standing there, it's Wayne Gretzky. And he's like, no, it's no goal.
No
goal.
He won't be there.
Gretzky's going to be in the building.
He'd be there.
Yeah.
He'll be in the building with you. You would have some monumental history happening in that building if it does happen. No, in any scenario where it's a close game, I agree with everything you're saying. But I'm envisioning a scenario where Jackets are up by enough goals that it doesn't matter. If that were to happen, then I wouldn't be opposed to seeing history. That's all.
Does anybody else think that Wayne Gretzky is slowly turning into a fully grown marionette puppet? Doesn't it look like he was made in Geppetto's workshop at this point? Like his face is very wooden looking and his cheeks are artificially rosy most of the time.
Well, I mean,
looks like he's been carved.
It looks like he's had maybe a little bit of work. Maybe a little bit of a something or other.
I'm just saying, when I see him on TV, sometimes I look for the strings. See if someone's got it. Here, how you doing there, Josie? Hey.
I hope that OV just goes on the biggest drought to end the season, because Gretzky has said that, he's going to every game until he breaks it, especially now that he's close enough. He's 3 away. I mean, I'm sure he's going to be in the building the rest of the way out here. So I hope he has to travel all over the country for this.
Him and Bettman, they're going together.
Yeah, of course, yes. And then I know they're traveling 5-star. I know they're staying in the suites. I know they got all that going, but
that's a nice reality show.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Bettman traveling around?
Yeah.
Just so much like, hey, how's it going? Oh,
You want to go out to dinner?
No, I don't think so. I gotta go. Hey. Which one's which there?
Oh, no, I'm Wayne Gretzky.
Why do you have Bettman with the hey, how you doing?
That's not, I don't
That's
know.
not Bettman either.
I don't know.
It's just two guys being like, hey, how's it going? Oh, yeah, it's great.
All right, Katie Blackburn. Look, I will stick up for the Bengals. I have. When everybody's crapping on them, well, some people are crapping on them because they signed T. Higgins and Jamar Chase to the actual contracts that they should have to keep them in place. Everybody's yelling at them, oh, they overspent. What are they doing? Who do the Bengals think they are? They think they're paying who they should pay.
Right.
And they're doing what they should do. Now, yes, I know that Trey Hendrickson's still out there, but you're getting something done. A key piece is. Pieces.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of pieces.
Got it. Go ahead.
I had a Reese's Big Cup today with the Reese's Pieces on the inside.
And?
Lost.
What do you mean lost?
I didn't do anything.
You've never had one of those before?
No. That's one that I haven't had.
Oh, that's one of my all-time favorites.
No, I don't like it. Anyway.
I want to fight you.
Katie.
I'm going to fight you after
Katie
this.
Blackburn at the NFL meetings was talking about perhaps, just dangling it out there, I don't know, exploring all possibilities, perhaps leaving the city of Cincinnati. Their lease at Paycor Stadium expires June 30th, 2026. Unless they exercise an option to extend it by 2 years on or before June 30th of this year. Here's what Katie Blackburn had to say. We play it day by day, and like everything else, we just continue to have discussions, see where things are, and then have to make decisions at the appropriate time. She said, we could, I guess, go wherever we wanted after this year if we didn't pick the option up. So, we'll see. Like I said, all these things will be done in due course. We're having discussions, and so we're hopeful that the county is thinking about it a lot too and wants to get it addressed in a way that should be beneficial to both of us. A, they're not going anywhere. All right? Let's just say that now. They're not going anywhere. They shouldn't go anywhere. They will get something done. This is all just a bunch of hock tooey pooey.
Okay.
All of it.
Hock tooey.
Sure. However, if they do go someplace, may I recommend just a short jaunt up 71?
Yeah.
We'll make it happen for you.
You got a stadium that's bigger than yours? Play football in it?
We'll build them a new one.
No, but I'm saying for the time being, you can move in right away. You can just go play at the Shoe on Sundays.
That's right. While your new state-of-the-art facility is getting built.
Where are we building that?
You build it up.
Grove Tucky? Down there?
A little smelly down there sometimes.
Because the landfill?
The dump blows the air down.
Listen, the phrase, I know you didn't make this as a phrase, but the phrase dump blows is just, I don't know why that makes me laugh, but it will forever now. Dump blows. Yeah, I know. The dump blows the stinky air over on you.
What about, northeast side of town?
Oh, yeah, you could do something over there.
They're putting all sorts of crap and infrastructure up there to accommodate Intel.
Ooh, that's going well, by the way.
Well, I don't know. Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, you might have an open lot
there. You might actually open the stadium quicker than Intel opens that building. That could be a thing.
They're going to pick it up now, aren't they?
Are they?
Well, I think bad news for Taiwan with the tariffs now, and that's where a lot of the chips are made. So here comes Intel, baby.
Okay. Well, then good for them.
I'm just saying, I think they're going to pick it up now.
All right. Well, let's pick it up.
Let's build them a stadium right there.
What about, you know what? Right off of 71, we want something right off the freeway, easy to get to. Right there at 3637, where the outlet mall is, right? Cross from the outlet mall, north of that.
Man, are we hillbillies?
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Man, across from the outlet mall.
Right.
Put a stadium by the mall.
Yeah. Right up there. You've got a bunch of spots. I'm sure you could clear out whatever's there and put a stadium up there.
Hey, Harley Davidson dealer up by the outlet mall.
Hey, that's Reichert's Harley Davidson dealership from what I heard. At AD Faro place, right? Yeah.
Why don't we put it in the city?
Fine.
Let's knock down
yes,
historic
that's right.
Crew Stadium.
I was going to say,
there.
which heritage neighborhood are you going to displace all the residents from to clear it out for another billionaire to build their passion
I'm not
project?
Displace the residents. I'm going to include it. I'm going to rejuvenate the area.
Rejuvenate the area
yes.
by bulldozing their houses.
I'm not going to bulldoze it. I'm going to bulldoze, that disgusting historical center with no windows.
I mean, disgusting.
That building's gross. Get rid of that dumb building over there.
It's an architectural
it sucks.
marvel.
You got all that room over there. That sucks. It's right off the highway. It's very convenient. You plop it right down there.
You know what? They can actually, I'll tell you what, they can play at Historic Crew Stadium. That's a good solid
we got to get rid of
22,000 people you can fit in there.
Put a little plaque there. We was here.
No.
Crew 96. And then here come the Bengals.
Can I tell you, you don't want to build an NFL stadium on the fairgrounds. If you do, prepare for the headache of all headaches when they decide to do anything there where the fairgrounds have something going on too, because then it will be
a quarter horse Congress will be going on.
quarter horse Congress will stop. You can't have a whole game for like a month.
That's right.
Because the quarter horse people are in. Can't do it. Oh, the rodeo's in town. Sorry, 3 weeks of no NFL. My bad. No, you don't want that. I'm telling you, you don't want that.
Build new fairgrounds someplace else.
Oh, okay.
Put that by the dump.
It has to be in Franklin County.
That's Franklin County down there. The dump's in Franklin County.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where the line is. I don't know if it's like just over the line.
It's close.
Okay.
If I got a choice,
You're right.
If I got a choice
Franklin
between
County down there. You're right.
The Bengals and a butter cow.
Yeah. I'm
putting the Bengals there.
I'm going to get a phone call from John O'Grady being like, of course it's Franklin County.
Sorry, I know more than you.
Happy birthday, Kamish. There you go.
It's his birthday?
Yeah, it's his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Give me a break on something. I'm sure he can do something for me.
There you go.
College football playoffs could be changing. We'll discuss next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch for an accident that's on the right shoulder of westbound 70 on the west side after 270. That's causing some holdup there. And we've got some slower traffic on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Hey, Ohio State fans. While others cut corners, like that team up north, Valvoline Instant Oil Change is Buckeye level quality. And you can stay in your car while their experts do the work. Drive in today. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
To find an agent near you, visit shelterinsurance.com and switch today.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, I remember you saying that a family business should reflect family values, that a customer deserves to be treated with kindness and compassion.
And those values will never change. The reputation you built for being fair and honest is our greatest asset.
In fact, in 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for Ethics and named the Lennox Partner of the Year.
You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind. It's an honor to continue serving Central Ohio as a locally owned, family-run business.
So, whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just honest advice, Care is here for you.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
Ryan Day's Buckeyes are back on the practice field as they get ready for whatever the hell they're calling the spring game. And we're your home for all the on and off field gossip. Your Buckeye flagship station, The Fan. The Fan.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
At Twin Peaks, one of the things we know best is beer. Celebrate National Beer Day on April 7th with one of our signature taps, local crafts, ales, lagers, and seasonals. We have them already at a teeth-chattering 29 degrees, served in 22-ounce mugs. Cheers.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. If Biggie Size was a radio show, this would be it. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
3 hours a day, every single day. Tell a friend. Also, T-Bone's going to sell you something.
Well, Mike, what I'm going to tell you about is my friends at Window Nation who are got a great deal going on right now, okay? You can get 4 windows free with every 4 windows you buy. And if you're saying, well, what kind of windows are these? Well, they're windows with a lifetime warranty. How about that? 50-point inspection of every window before it leaves the factory and a 20-point inspection of every window once it is installed. So you're getting great windows installed by great people. 4 windows free with every 4 you buy. Plus, 0 interest, 0 payments for 2 years. Pay nothing until 2027. And get this. This is something I've learned, Mike, in my years. Every house that has a window usually has a door, too. They're going to give you a free entry door when you buy a house full of windows. They got you not just covered with the windows. Everybody else doing that. They're doing doors, too. Call them today, 866-90-NATION, or go to windownation.com. Again, that's 866-90-NATION or windownation.com.
You know who doesn't need their services?
Who's that?
The Ohio Historical Society and that stupid building they have over there. They don't have any damn windows.
Have you been in there?
No.
Okay. Well, then,
I think I have maybe years ago.
Yeah, I mean, they've got, there's a skylight. There's definitely natural light coming in.
There's not too much asbestos in that place. Come on. Get out of here. You can just tell by looking at it. Have people wilding in the parking lot? Come on.
Wilding? What does that even mean? Why don't you go to the historic village they have there? You can go see what the old times were like here in Central Ohio.
I don't want to see what the old times
Why
are
not?
like.
They've got people butter churning, and I don't know what else they're doing over there. They play old-timey baseball, like Abner Doubleday. Yeah.
You know, I know someone who plays old-timey baseball.
Don't we both know that person?
Yes, we do, but I didn't think that you remembered him.
Kobe.
Yes.
Not the Kobe most of you know. Our guy Kobe used to work here.
Can I tell you something? Nobody knows either of those guys.
What? Okay. I mean, the Kobe that is recognized worldwide is not the Kobe I'm referencing here.
Different spelling.
Yeah.
Also small and white.
Well, yeah. Our Kobe. Yeah, that's
Kobe.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I forgot he played
old-timey baseball. No gloves, nothing.
He was a good ball player from what I hear.
Yeah, you have to if you're going to play that.
Oh, I know.
They don't let me and you in there.
No, of course not.
I'll tell you, I played softball with Teddy years ago.
Yeah?
Teddy could rake a little bit.
Oh, I bet he could. I'm not surprised. He was an athlete.
I was all right, yeah.
Teddy was a he was a football player at Amanda Clear Creek.
Just because you're a football player doesn't mean you can hit the ball.
I played baseball too.
No. But Teddy, that's fine. I don't know Amanda Clear Creek's baseball pedigree. I know their football pedigree. If you made that football team, that means you can play any sport. That's what I know.
There you go.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I believe in you.
And then
Still
what happened
to this day
after a big baseball game? What position did you play, Teddy?
I played a little bit everywhere.
That means you sucked. But after a big win, you went over to Christie's, had yourself a nice pie, didn't you?
I don't think Christie's was around
pizza.
back then, actually.
And you ordered a pizza, right? Yeah.
Went to Tommy Wayne's, actually.
Oh, Tommy Wayne's.
Yeah, a little. Yeah. I don't think it's there anymore.
I don't. You didn't bring that up when we did Pizza Madness. Didn't bring up old Tommy Wayne.
Heather Dinich, she is a college football insider for ESPN. She was on the socials this morning. She said college football playoff leaders are in a meeting in Dallas today where multiple sources indicated there's a strong support to move to a straight seeding model this fall while continuing to include the 5 highest-ranked conference champs. So they met today. I just saw something from Rittenberg saying meeting over in Dallas. There was no vote on anything, so nothing is changing. They did discuss things, but that's all that occurred today.
I like that Adam Rittenberg actually had a line in here where he said they are, quote, walking down the path of some decisions.
Me too. I'm walking down the path of maybe losing some weight.
Right. I'm walking down the path of what will I eat tonight? That decision has yet to have been made, but it will be made soon.
What are you eating tonight?
I'm walking. Mike, I'm not there yet. I'm walking down the path.
Teddy, what are you eating tonight? Take a little longer, too, by the way. Turn that microphone on.
I'm in the chat. I'm in the chat. McGraw over here. Now you're just like, oh, hang on a second. Let me sashay in chat.
I'm talking to people in the chat.
Chat. I got a sashay onto the radio.
What's for dinner tonight?
I have no idea.
You guys don't give dinner thought? I got up this morning. I thought about dinner.
Well, one, I mean, like, when I get out of here, I got a thing to go to. So I don't even know if I'm going to get dinner until afterwards.
The show choir?
Yeah. It actually is a show choir thing, as a matter of fact. So I'm looking forward to that. And then afterwards, I'll figure out where the dinner situation
John
is.
O'Grady's surprise party?
No.
You get him like a cake, like an Under Siege with a naked woman
me.
popping out?
I'm popping out. Don't ruin the surprise. I'm popping out of the cake.
Is that why you brought your booby tassels today?
That's right. I did.
I made some meatballs over the weekend.
Did you?
So I got some leftover meatballs.
Okay.
Nice fresh hoagie rolls.
Oh, good idea.
Some provolone cheese, some sauce.
Come on, Timmy Hall.
Maybe a little jardiniere is what makes it.
Little prove.
Whew. Under the broiler.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, let me tell you, buddy.
Pants on or off?
Pants
after that?
fly off.
I was going to say, there's no way. They don't stay buckled for that.
Fly off. And with the fecal matter is making them fly off, too.
Why? What a weird way your body likes to celebrate
This
things.
is the way that my family has always done things. It's not just me. It's my father, too. My father, whenever he makes something good, or he's very proud of his stereo, like I am, right? So, oh, how's the stereo doing, Dad? He's always in the basement soldering wire. He's doing all that crap.
Is that what you have to do when you have a stereo?
He does it. He likes the little DIY aspect of it. It keeps him busy.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I didn't know there was a lot of soldering. I didn't know there was soldering
involved. He does his little Ted Kaczynski products down there.
Okay, I see.
Anyway, so how's the stereo doing, Dad? Oh, put your diaper on.
What?
That's what he'll say. It's so good.
I don't get it.
It's so good, you will lose control of your bodily functions. Whenever you make something good for dinner. How was it? Oh, man, put your diaper on.
And what's your dad playing on that stereo, too? Just, hey, Mr. DJ, put a diaper on. I want to crap with my baby. Is that what you're doing?
Is that a real song?
Hey, Mr. DJ, put a record on.
I didn't recognize that with your stellar version.
Teddy, did any of that resonate? Have you ever heard that?
It sounds familiar to me, yes.
Okay, thank God. I know I can't sing. I just thought maybe there was a little bit of something there. You know what? When you hear that song, Mike, you have to put a diaper on. It's going to make you crap yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's not what I wanted.
Yes, it wasn't.
No, this is what I wanted.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
I saw that her,
Rebecca Black,
your gal, she's going to be coming to Columbus this summer.
Oh yeah, she's on tour. She's a real artist now, or
she's a real
DJ
artist,
or something.
She wasn't then. That's art.
Well, I mean,
Put your diaper on when Rebecca Black comes over.
Wasn't that a Madonna song? That, hey,
No,
Mr. DJ, put a record on. I want to dance with my baby.
I don't know.
I can't sing like Madonna, obviously.
I will talk to you about an event that T-Bone is very excited for. As a matter of fact, he's so excited.
You got to put a diaper on.
You got to put a diaper on. We'll talk about it next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 20-minute delay due to an accident that's blocking the two left lanes on eastbound 670 at 3rd Street. It will be stop and go from 33. And there's slower traffic on southbound 315 between 670 and Town Street. This report is sponsored by True Green. We're back in the Miller's Yard, who now use True Green. Their lawn started looking like a fairway, and pro golfers started showing up. They love playing this lawn. Get a PGA Tour quality lawn for as little as $1 a day at TrueGreen.com. Exclusions apply. See TrueGreen.com for details. I'm Nicole. For 97.1, The Fan traffic.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
We've lowered prices. You can save 15% or more on hundreds of items like Thomas Mini Bagels, Campbell's SpaghettiOs, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino Columbus. Bone, did you know that the college basketball championship game is coming?
That's right. You want to go to HollywoodColumbus.com to reserve a table and guarantee your spot for that, for the draft watch party, all kinds of good stuff. You know what draft?
What draft?
All the draft.
We can't say it, but it's a big draft.
Plus, with their Tea Time giveaway, you could win a golf cart or $10,000 in pen slot play Sunday, April 27th.
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Wait, Leslie, what is that dude doing over there at that window?
Well, that dude is Chase, and Chase is making that window look perfect. We're sticklers on detail, Wilson, both in our showroom and definitely in people's homes.
Chase, be careful. May have spilled some coffee over there just a bit ago.
Oh, he knows. He seems to work a lot more when you're around, Wilson. Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
At Diamonds Direct, we believe luxury is an experience and not a price tag. Luxury is expert guidance. It's the selection of 10 jewelry stores under one roof. It's saving time on endless comparison shopping, and you'll only find this experience at Diamonds Direct. Our luxury showroom has it all backed by our lifetime warranties and our signature best price guarantee. Diamonds Direct is the perfect combination of luxury and value, so you don't ever have to compromise. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman here for Germain Honda of Dublin. So what's the difference? There are other Honda dealers around. Well, Rich Newsom and his team want to earn your trust. They don't expect it, and they earn it by giving you a great price, and then they back it up after the sale with same-day service, no appointment necessary, a great variety of brand new Hondas, and hundreds of pre-owned certified Hondas to choose from, all at the same location. Identify yours at GermainHondaofDublin.com. Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Skyline nachos are back, and now there's a spicy version. Get them with Skyline's cheddar or habanero cheese, topped with fiery jalapeno slices. But hurry, Skyline's regular and new spicy nachos are only at participating restaurants for a limited time.
Here's 3 reasons to buy your Blue Jackets ticket plans for the 25-26 season. 1, pick your seat and pick your games. 2, plans start at just 11 games. 3, priority access to Stanley Cup playoff tickets. Act now. Visit bluejackets.com/tickets.
We're catching up with that famous deep-sea explorer, Jacques Black Jacques. Jacques, where are you today? You're in Columbus. What could you possibly be exploring in Columbus?
The April showers bring flooding to Batmans.
Oh, I see. Spring rains mean basements are flooding.
This not necessary. Apex Pros.
Not necessary. Call Apex Pros.
A simple zoom pump chick.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble understanding this. Zoom pump check. Sump pump check. Are you saying sump pump check?
Oui.
Yes, of course. A sump pump check from the pros who knows at Apex Pros.
They come to your house.
They come to your house.
They test your zoom pump.
They test your, what is it again? Zoom pump. Sump pump, right.
All with a 5-star guarantee.
All with a 5-star guarantee. Now, see, I understood that perfectly.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Attention kingdom-seeking business professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors in Columbus. Are you ready to experience a life-changing event that will elevate your faith, finances, and future in 2025? Then you won't want to miss this. Join us for Life Search, featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center for an extraordinary one-day event that will empower you to transform every area of your life through the power of faith. Prepare to be inspired by an incredible lineup of champions, including college football champions Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs, 3-time national champion head coach Urban Meyer, sportscaster Kirk Herbstreit, two-time National Football Champion Tim Tebow, and more. These champions have experienced firsthand how faith transforms lives, and they'll be joining LifeSearch to share their powerful stories and insights on how to integrate faith into your business, finances, and every aspect of your journey. Seats are selling fast to this unforgettable event, so don't wait. Head to LifeSearch.com now to secure your tickets before they're gone. LifeSearch featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center. Don't miss out. Your transformation begins here. Visit LifeSearch.com today.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. College hoops. Ohio State's gotten 7-foot center Christoph Tilly in the transfer portal. While playing at Santa Clara last year, the native of Germany, Tilly averaged 12.5 points and almost 5 rebounds a game. He's got 1 year left to play. Championship of the NIT tonight in Indianapolis. Chattanooga faces Cal Irvine. Blue Jackets at home of the Colorado Avalanche. Tonight's 7 o'clock faceoff. Right here on the Fan, the Jackets remain 2 points back for the final Eastern Conference wildcard spot with 9 games left in the season. One of the teams they're chasing, Montreal, is at home tonight with Boston. Cincinnati Reds try and snap a 2-game losing streak as they begin a series in Milwaukee tonight. Off night for the Cleveland Guardians. Columbus Clippers host St. Paul. College football. Buckeyes get a verbal commitment from 4-star linebacker Simeon Caldwell from Jacksonville, Florida. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The only thing scarier than Bones' analogies is man's browser history.
I'm sorry, man. I thought you want to see this.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Degenerate T-Bone coming up at 4:46. Game show. We didn't do it on Tuesday because we had our little stupid thing that we did. So we'll do it today at 5:30. What's the game today, Bone?
This week we are doing how much? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to ask you about items, what they cost in the year 1964, Mike. That was the last time the Browns won an NFL championship. They won a Super Bowl, but they won an NFL championship.
Thank you. Know what I did last night?
What'd you do?
I went home, cracked open an ice-cold Coors Light.
Oh, yeah.
As I'm known to do. Sat in my favorite chair and had a conversation with my wife. And I thought it was going to be a nice little pleasant conversation. It turns out she yelled at me for about 15 minutes.
Oh, what happened?
Well, as I was sipping my ice-cold Coors Light, yes, this is an ad. 21 means 21. Please drink responsibly. I told her that as I was leaving the building yesterday, and you were with me, you saw this interaction. I said, oh, yeah, DeVier Posey's son was there.
Yeah.
And I offered him a cookie.
Yeah.
And he didn't take it. It was a wrapped-up Cheryl's cookie.
Yeah, it was a wrapped-up Cheryl's cookie. That's right.
And then she yelled at me, strange men can't be giving little kids cookies. Well, I said, well, I'm in the I work in the same building with his father.
Right.
Right? Maybe he has an allergy. I made sure to get a cookie that didn't have any nuts in it. And I offered it to him, but he didn't take it. She was yelling and screaming at me. You can't give kids cookies. You can't give them anything that may have brushed paths with a nut at one point. What if you kill this kid and then you ruin DeVier's life? What? I'm getting reamed out for 15 minutes. The kid didn't even take the cookie. He didn't even take it. I'm sitting there trying to enjoy my beer, and she's yelling at me.
Yeah. Well, I have found that I am now of the place where, like, because of having kids and being at the school and all the rules there are, rightfully so, because kids have allergies. You got to be aware of that stuff. So it never occurs to me to like offer anything like that to a child because I would say, I don't know what they got going on. I don't know what their rules are. I don't know what their rules are at their house.
He's trying to be a nice guy. He's, the kid's here. He brought the kid to work.
I know. But, like, you could even have it like, oh, this kid's allergic to, like, certain dyes, or, like, it makes them sick to their stomach if they have the yellow dye
I'm very sorry.
5 or whatever.
I'm very sorry.
But your instinct of being a nice human being is not wrong. And I think you didn't offer him, like, hey, we all made cookies, and then I brought them in and offered them to this child. That's very different.
Wrapped up.
This is wrapped up. It's sold by a company. They probably are taken to schools and given to kids, right? So yeah, that's a very understandable thing. I don't think you're wrong. I understand where she's coming from. I see both sides. Your favorite thing.
You're right. I hate that. I really do. I'd rather you just call me an a-hole and get it over with.
No, I don't think you're being an a-hole.
Straddling the fence.
I think you were doing. No, I'm not. I'm telling you that sometimes in life there's shades of gray. What do you want?
You're excited about this, aren't you? USA will host the Women's World Cup in 2031. Corrupt FIFA announced that today.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's nice to hear. We've got the Men's World Cup coming up next summer, so there's that. And then 5 years after, we'll get the Women's World Cup again. So that both of those are great things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I hope that we will get to enjoy those games, and it will be, reasonably priced tickets, but I have my suspicions that it will probably be very expensive to go to any of these games. But
let me ask you a question.
The World Cup.
The Men's World Cup is coming here when? I know you just said it, but I wasn't listening.
Next summer.
Summer.
A week. It's a week. It's 2026. That's when it'll be here.
They already have the stadium and locations picked out for that.
Yes.
Right? And I know that they're playing the championship game in New York, New Jersey Stadium.
That's no joke. That's what they're calling it. They're saying that MetLife Stadium is in New York, New Jersey, and it's called New York, New Jersey Stadium. No, it's not. That's not a thing. But anyway.
Now, will they play the Women's World Cup matches in the same venues? Like, will they go to the same cities? Or will they say, well, we went to those places for the Men's World Cup. Let's go to completely new places.
They may. I'm sure they will open the bidding process, because one thing FIFA loves is a chance to get everyone to bid on things again and present them with their finest wares, and like, oh yes, please come to Kansas City. Look what we can provide. Yay. That's a FIFA thing. So yes, there would be a chance that we could see maybe some of those matches come to a place like Columbus. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. I'd love to see that happen.
I like you. You brought me again into the FIFA.
Now, I don't know if Columbus were to get a match and then FIFA, because they would feel like they have to, would be like, it's going to be in Cincinnati, Cleveland, Ohio. But that split the difference. It's Columbus. I don't know if they would let us actually use the town name or not where we're actually located, but who knows?
Why are they afraid of New Jersey?
Because it's not New York. Because they want to say we're in New York.
New Jersey's got a lot of stuff going on.
And that is the stadium for New York that's outside. But you're telling me I have family in New Jersey.
Where's the cake boss?
He's in New Jersey.
He's in New Jersey. Yeah. Where's Teresa Goodice, or whatever her name is? Judice.
Who is that?
My wife is watching her on the Real Housewives.
Oh, I'm sure in New Jersey.
Got her plastic face and her husband who's been deported and went to jail. And now she married a new guy.
I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, there's Teresa.
Okay.
Right? She was married to Joe. And they both went to prison for fraud.
Okay.
Breaking news. These people, not exactly on the up and up with their finances.
People on reality shows?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm saying everybody from Jersey owes millions of dollars to the government if you're rich.
Okay. Good to know.
So she goes to jail. He goes to jail. They serve their time at different times so they can stay home and take care of their spoiled brat kids.
All right.
Then he gets deported because even though he has been in this country since he was 1, he was born in Italy and never obtained his citizenship.
Oh.
So felon gets deported.
Yeah, okay.
While he's gone in prison, she divorces him and meets a new guy.
Wow.
She's still on the reality show, too, which is working out wonderfully for her, I'm quite sure.
That's working out for the producers of that show, because that's a lot of reasons to keep on watching, I guess.
She meets a new guy, and then she gets, things ingested into her face and all this other stuff that she does. And now it comes out that her and the new guy owe $3 million in back taxes.
How long have they been together?
Not very long.
How do you owe $3 million in back taxes if you haven't been married that long?
I don't know
How much
what
money
to tell
are they
you.
making?
What does this guy
do?
He does what he does. I have no idea. I get all this in passing. I get that in passing. I get yelled at for giving a kid a cookie.
Yeah.
And I get Blake Lively's a bitch. This is what I get with every conversation with my wife.
Yeah. I'm finding out that that's probably the best way I would ever watch reality television, is because my wife will do the same thing where she'll watch Love is Blind, and I'll come in, I'll see what's going on, and she's like, oh, this a-hole over here, he's acting like he's so sensitive, and then he sees this girl, and now he's being a complete jerk to her.
I know they have shows like this, like the Andy Cohen show. Don't they do things like this where they just sort of recap what's going on?
Sure. Well, Talk Soup used to,
but
back in the day.
They don't have Talk Soup anymore.
I know, but it used to do stuff like that.
I think you and I should have a show. Maybe we do a podcast.
Okay.
It's called Looky Here.
All right, looky here.
We don't watch any of these things, but we take what our wives told us,
and
then we do recaps of all these shows.
I like that.
Again,
That'd
we
be good.
don't watch them.
Yeah.
We get recaps from them.
Yes.
And then we play the telephone game and share them with you.
And then once in a while, I think it would be good to have our wives come in and they could do sports ideas and say like, oh yeah, this is what's happening. And it's all through osmosis from what we tell them. Because I don't know if your wife watches a ton of sports. Mine does not. So she just gets what I tell her in passing. No. That's her main thing.
My wife's at home right now writing a children's book called Don't Give a Kid a Cookie.
Oh, I see. That's a good idea.
In the vein of if you give a mouse a cookie, have you read that one where all these things, if you give a mouse a cookie, you got to give him this and he's got to do this and he's got to go to the movies and all this other crap.
Yeah.
Apparently, if I would have given DeVier's kid a cookie, he'd wind up dead. At the end of the children's book, dead.
It's like that Grover book. There's a monster at the end of this book, except it is you. You're the monster who gives a kid a cookie and they die.
But I was just being nice.
I know you shouldn't. Well, again, you can't be nice to kids, and you shouldn't be, because there's too many people who've been a little too nice and weird, and then it turns bad.
Why do I have to be penalized for that?
You don't have to be penalized, but you do have to be aware that that's a thing.
So next time I just ignore the kid. I just walk right past them, ignore the kid like you did.
You just say, hey, how's it going? And you walk on, and you don't offer them food. Now, if he was sitting there going, please, sir, I'm hungry. Do you have any hermetically sealed cookies, say from a large national brand that is also sold on QVC? You could say, I got something for you. Glad you asked.
For you.
Then you could go and say, hey, by the way, any nut allergies? How are you with yellow 5 and red 30 and I don't know, whatever the dyes are?
I also got a fridge full of Coors Light back there. I didn't offer him that.
That's good. Hey, good job. I don't get credit for not offering alcohol to minors? Yeah, I guess you do. These days, I guess you do. Good job.
Ryan Day with another big-time commit. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got an accident that's blocking the right lane and causing some delay on eastbound 270 on the south outer belt at 71. And there's a small delay on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by the Ohio Housing Finance Agency. Thinking of buying a home, but don't think you can afford it? The Ohio Housing Finance Agency provides down payment assistance and affordable loan options to eligible Ohioans. Learn more and find out if you qualify by visiting myohiohome.org. Home ownership. Make it part of your future. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
If you're struggling with ED or your performance is down and your belly fat is growing, listen up. You've got one life. Now is the time to act.
At the Columbus Men's Clinic, we're not just healthcare, we're your secret weapon. Don't wait another day. Here's why you need to act right now.
Every moment you delay, your condition could worsen. It's not just about sex, it's about your heart, your relationship, your life.
The Columbus Men's Clinic has over 10 years of proven results for low testosterone and increasing drive, energy level, and performance. We've introduced ED and enhancement treatments so exclusive, you'll wonder why you waited.
Procrastination is the thief of time. When it comes to your sexual health, you can't afford to wait. Join the League of Gentlemen who've walked out of our doors with a swagger.
Call the Columbus Men's Clinic at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Book your $99 male performance consultation now, including blood work. Call 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. The Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived, the only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, Lock in 6.50%, APR 6.56% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof, every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
The Jackets are back at Nationwide for a battle with the Avalanche. Live fan coverage starts Thursday night at 6:30.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating and Cooling.
Your home for Blue Jackets hockey, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Your home is more than just four walls and a roof. It's where life happens, where memories are made, where family gathers, and where you should feel safe. At Newman Roofing, we know that when it's time for a new roof, you want to feel confident that you've hired the right company. One that will install a quality roof and complete the work as promised. But with so many roofing companies out there, how do you know which one to trust? For over 30 years, Newman Roofing has helped more than 7,500 families protect their homes with quality roofing, gutters, and siding. We believe you deserve a company that provides a white glove customer experience, one that pays attention to every detail and treats your home like it's our own. At Newman Roofing, we're not just another roofing company. We're a family-built business that stands behind our work. So when it's time to replace your roof, don't settle for uncertainty. Choose the local family with a reputation for excellence. Choose the company you can trust, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
April 6th at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Rewards members get $5 off an acai bowl or an acai bowl with Nutella. Log into the app on April 6th to redeem your rewards. Terms and conditions apply.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens of your latest forecast. Rain showers this evening will become more widespread as we head into tonight. Temperature will fall to around 50 degrees. Watch out for some possible flooding overnight. Remember, never drive through a flooded roadway. As we head into Friday, more scattered showers throughout the day. Temperatures into the mid-50s. We'll see an increase in rain showers and storms Friday night into early Saturday. Watch out for a few gusty ones. Flooding concerns continue. That's your latest 10 Weather Impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Dumb is the only language these two are fluent in. You're listening to Man and Bone.
Hey, please subscribe to the podcast of this show. It's available wherever you get your podcast. Just search Common Man and T-Bone. Click subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. Podcast is brought to you by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling. Buckeye football, they've landed the commitment of 4-star Simeon Caldwell. He is the number 34 overall prospect in the 2026 cycle. He's a linebacker, 6'2", 195 from Jacksonville, Florida. Picked the Buckeyes over Miami, Notre Dame, and USC. Following an unofficial visit with the Buckeyes this past weekend where he was passed a big bag of cash.
As you do.
Uh-huh.
It's allowed. Please do it more.
He is the son of 10-year NFL vet and former Jags defensive coordinator Mike Caldwell.
Okay. Very cool.
And a nephew of Buckeye secondary coach Tim Walton.
Nice. Well, hey, you know what? Personal relationships aside, all that stuff. I mean, sounds like
take advantage of those relationships.
Of course, but also sounds like he's a very good player. ESPN's number 4 outside linebacker on their recruiting boards. So yeah, I'll take it. That's great to hear. Another big get for Ohio State. I saw that my guy Pat Murphy, he had posted something yesterday, I think, saying, you know, people were worried about the Buckeyes' slow start in recruiting because they were outside like the top 40 or something after the first few, you know, days or weeks of recruiting, whatever. Well, now they're back on their way back, if they're not already, up into the top 10. And it's like, I don't know why anybody would have been worried about that. After the year you just had where you won the national championship, you played more football than everybody else in the country except for one team who played the same amount as you did, yeah, you're going to initially be a little behind on recruiting just because you were playing football games while they were out there, sending text messages and letters and doing all the stuff they've got to do and getting their big bags of cash together. But now that Ryan Day has had his time to enjoy the win, get back after it on the recruiting trail, get those big bags of cash, get the reinforcements from the boosters. Well, look what's happening. They're suddenly able to leverage the amount of good that's happened on the field into more off-the-field success. So I won't be surprised when they have a top 5 class again after all this is said and done.
What are the Crew doing this weekend?
You know what, buddy? I don't remember off the top of my head.
What's the matter with you?
What do you mean? What's the
kind
matter?
of Crew fan are you?
Look, they are playing on Saturday. They are hosting Montreal, it appears. So let them live.
What's the weather supposed to be? Rainy all weekend?
First, I got to know the score, what's going on, and then now I got to know the weather. What else do you want to know? The stock market is?
Bad.
Like that? No, I know that.
That's
bad.
all right. I know
Bad.
the answer to that, buddy. Trust me. God bless.
Woo! Yeah. That's something.
Remember how I said I only got 10 years left working here? Scratch that. I'll be here till I die. Me and you, Teddy, to the grave.
That's right.
Hey, we'll be here. Yes.
Good times.
Can you get me a job stocking vending machines with you? You got any connections at that company?
I don't know if the people still work there or not, but I can make a call.
Teddy, can I ask you? Because I never stocked vending machines. I've done other tasks that, were kind of like that, where you're just doing the same thing all day. Did you enjoy that? I mean, obviously, you'd probably rather be doing, I would hope you'd rather do what you're doing now, because I would rather you be doing it. But when you had to do a job like that, was that enjoyable for you? Like, did you find yourself being able to get lost in the task and just, let me put all this stuff in there?
Yeah.
Kind of put your headphones in?
I kind of liked it because you're on your own to a certain extent. I mean, yeah, occasionally maybe you'd have a manager or somebody stop by, just check in on you, make sure everything's going okay. But for the most part, you go to the warehouse and you get your items out and you restock everything.
Yeah, I couldn't do that job.
It's just you're on your own. I mean, you can talk to some of the employees and stuff that come in, so you get to know some of the people that
I know. I don't care about that. I'm saying I couldn't do that job because I would just eat chips all day. I would open up the product.
Did you get a company discount?
You did get like a certain amount a week, like a value. I can't remember what it was. Like, hey, it's like $40 a week of food and drink items that you can use. And then also, like if things were expired, you could have those as well.
Absolutely.
That's just that's a
great
guideline. I had a buddy, Chris Clark, in high school. We had a Coke canning factory in my town.
Okay.
And his job at the Coke canning factory was cans of Coke would come in as opposed to leave the factory, which is the norm.
Okay.
That were expired, and he ran the erasing machine. And would put new expiration dates on the Coke that would come in. I don't know if they still do that now.
I'm guessing they're not.
Years ago.
I'm guessing they're not allowed to do that anymore. Maybe not.
What's
I don't know.
What's going to happen to you?
I don't know.
Not
you're
dairy.
Right. Well, yeah, I know, but I'm sure people expect a level of I don't even know. Like they expect freshness, but it's sealed in a can. Well, how not fresh is it going to be? I don't know.
All right, Miles Garrett. I was thinking, has the power in the relationship, has it changed hands quicker than what's happened with Miles Garrett and the Browns? Miles Garrett, after the season's over, says, I hate you. I don't think you're committed to winning. I want to get out of here. He's making rounds of the Super Bowl. Andrew Berry comes out at the Senior Bowl and says, it's all great that he said that, but you know what? I think we may just re-sign him. And then Miles Garrett comes out, no, you can't, I can't be bought. I have standards. I want to win. And then all of a sudden, he can be bought. He's standing at a podium looking like he's in a hostage video, even though they're paying him $100 million.
Right.
Guaranteed, right?
Yeah.
And now Jimmy Haslam at the NFL owners meetings this week is telling the media, we're going to challenge Miles and, we want him to practice better and be a better teammate and all that other stuff. We just think that's where he should be.
I'll tell you what, that's one of the most bass-awkward negotiations I've ever seen in my life, because usually what happens in a contract negotiation for a star player or anything like that is the employer is the one going, I don't know if we can pay all this money. You're not really even that good. You got this flaw in your game. You don't do this well. That's we could get someone else we think cheaper to do it and do about as well as you did. And then they ultimately pay the price, but they put it out there like, we don't even know if we like this guy. That's why negotiations often involve an agent, because the agent's the one who hears all that crap so the player doesn't have to. In this sense, all they did publicly was say, Myles Garrett is the greatest player of all time.
We're not trading him.
He's the greatest player in franchise history. He's going to go to the Hall of Fame. We will never trade this guy because he's so valuable to us. We can't replace a guy like that. He's incredible. And then he signs the deal, begrudgingly almost, and they instantly are like, yeah, anyway, this guy sucks. I hope he practices this year.
You show up to practice?
Yeah.
Well, you're late because you rolled your car again?
Right. It's such a weird... I don't understand any of this from the functionality that we've always understood in pro sports. It's usually, this guy is great. Oh, wait, he wants a contract? He's actually not great at all. Till he signs the deal, and then it's like he's the greatest player in the history of the world. This is the exact opposite of that, and it makes no sense to me. But whatever, everybody's got their money now, and now you're going to tell Myles Garrett, hey, even though we gave you all that money, we now think you need to change a bunch of things. Well, you paid me because of what I did. You said you liked what I was doing. You said I'm headed for the Hall of Fame. Why would I change for you? You already told me how great I am, and you paid me like it. Stupid. It's all stupid.
Stupid.
Oh, by the way, your guy, Morgan Wallen?
No, that's your guy.
No, he's your guy.
I think he sucks, but you really hate him. He is really put together.
If you didn't see this coming from a million miles away, I got news for you. I got beachfront property to sell you for a fair price. Morgan Wallen just announced he's got God's Country merch for sale.
Of course he does.
That's all this was, folks. He volunteered to go on SNL. He then got mad that I don't even know what he's mad about. They let him play his stupid songs. And then he left early. He was like, get me to God's Country. And now he's got his shirt out saying, yeah, God's Country. Nashville, Tennessee is God's Country. No, that's Bachelorette Country. You're wrong. That's where they are. It's not God's Country.
You know, Nashville really did nothing to me, and yet I hate it so much. I really do.
I didn't mind.
I hate it.
I didn't mind Nashville. I've visited plenty of times. I loved like the Ryman Auditorium, and I like a lot of the country music history that they have there. But yeah, I mean, they destroyed Broadway. The area there where they have used to have all the honky tonk bars, and it was kind of like, oh, look, this is Country Music Central. Now it has turned into like, oh my gosh, your bridal party can come here and have mimosas. And it's just like, great, fantastic. That's awesome. Can we go to a Predators game afterwards and then watch them blow it with their overrated ass team? Great. Let's go. Stupid city.
I was told, though, the only reason that you hate Morgan Wallen is because you're just jealous of him.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, because if you hate everything, you're jealous of it.
I'm jealous of him for throwing a chair off the top of a balcony and screaming the N-word at people. Yes, that's
is that what he did?
Oh, yeah. He's not a winner.
I didn't know he did that.
He's not a winner, dude. He's a loser. Big time loser. I don't know how he gets on SNL after all that. They pulled him, like, when he did the N-word thing, they were like, maybe not SNL for you. And then, like, 6 months later, they're like, oh, never mind. You said you didn't mean it, so come on back. And then now they've had him on twice. God's Country.
Man makes a good song, I guess. According to some people.
He's an idiot.
It sounded like ass.
He's an idiot.
We'll share our favorite story of the day with you coming up in 2 minutes. I love this story. Love it.
I love it, too.
2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit a 15-minute delay due to an accident that's blocking the left lane on eastbound 670 at 3rd Street. It will be stop and go from Grandview Avenue. And there's a 5-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the west side between West Broad Street and 315. This report is sponsored by NJM Insurance. While some insurance companies use gimmicks to get your attention, NJM would rather focus on putting their policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit NJM.com to learn more. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD-RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-324-VEIN. That's 614-324-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino Columbus. Bone, did you know that the college basketball championship game is coming?
That's right. You want to go to HollywoodColumbus.com to reserve a table and guarantee your spot for that, for the draft watch party, all kinds of good stuff. You know what draft?
What draft?
All the drafts.
We can't say it, but it's a big draft.
Plus, with their Tea Time giveaway, you could win a golf cart or $10,000 in pen slot play Sunday, April 27th.
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Uncomfortably talking about food.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
This is Man and Bone.
You saw this headline from Awful Announcing. They did a nice write-up on us this week, too, with our little April Fool's prank. But the headline says, Sacramento reporter doubts A's could host playoff game due to inadequate media setup.
Oh.
That's like me saying I can't sleep with Gabby Thomas because my twin bed is too small.
I will say you and I both have an inadequate media setup, just for whatever that means. That probably also would prevent it, but I get what that is.
Don't worry, it's not going to happen.
Have you seen where the media has to go for their interviews there?
Yes, it's a tool shed.
Somebody went and found it on Home Depot's website. You can buy one of these sheds for like $5,000 and then you too can have a media facility for a Major League Baseball team.
Ultimately, though, and this is what I try and tell people, it's like when you got this kid running around your house and he's pulling on your drapes and spilling juice on the carpet. Not your kid, somebody else's kid.
Okay.
Right? And as much as you want to take that kid and throw him out the window, it's not the kid's fault. It's the parents' fault. Mm-hmm. Because they didn't raise that kid right. There's no consequences. This is not the fault of John Fisher and the Oakland A's. This is the fault of Major League Baseball. They allowed this to happen. They encouraged it to happen. You let this guy run amok, and now you got a baseball team playing in a tool shed, a minor league baseball park with a tool shed right outside for media availability.
Philosophically, I agree with you, right? I agree with you that they could have the Major League Baseball is ultimately responsible.
He can't do any of this.
The buck stops with Rob Manfred. You're right.
He can't do any of this without the approval of the other owners. They approved it.
But let's look a little bit deeper on that, because I understand what you're saying and I agree with you mostly. But John Fisher, where is your personal pride as an owner of a Major League franchise? You're going to be in Sacramento for at least, 3 more seasons? Maybe 4? Depending on how long it takes to get this Vegas park off the ground. You look at a minor league ballpark there, you could probably drop $10 million on that minor league ballpark, and you could have it have the best media facility, even maybe of some Major League Baseball stadiums. You could have better facilities than that if they would have paid millions of dollars.
$10 million?
Not even.
They wouldn't pay for an exterminator to get rid of the possum.
My point is that's my issue. John Fisher, you would think, as the owner of a team, would say, I can't possibly have that be on my resume, my record. That can't be how I'm represented to the world. This is my organization. I am not going to let possums run wild in our feces-infested stadium in Oakland that I refuse to fix. At least now when you go to the minor league place, you can say, well, I'm going to leave the city of Sacramento a better stadium than when I found it. I, as this benevolent billionaire, I'm going to come in, I'm going to spruce up your facilities a little bit. It's obviously going to have A's stuff slapped all over it. But when we're done, I'll pay to take all that off. Like that Prince story we've heard about, right?
The Carlos Boozer Prince story.
Carlos Boozer, former NBA player, rented out his house to Prince. And came back one day to find that everything had been changed in the house.
He remodeled it. Prince remodeled this house that he did not own.
To Prince's specifications.
Right.
And Carlos Boozer reached out to what? Prince's manager or someone?
Well, his manager, he says, I'm gonna sue you. You can't You can't just change. You can't do construction in my house. And they just said, well, here's money. Here's a ridiculous amount of money. Don't worry about it. By the time we leave, you'll never know that we were here. And so, true to his word.
Right.
Prince moves out. Carlos Boozer comes back to the house. And it was exactly the way that he left it. The construction was reversed. The old switcheroo.
I'm just saying, you could, I would think for a minor league team, you could do something at least like that, where you come in and drop a few $1 million to make a few of the facilities to what your team, a Major League Baseball team, requires. And then when you leave, it's better than you found it. Instead, he's going to just plunk along with whatever little duct tape and saliva solution they can come up with till he gets his pristine new ballpark in L.A. It is the height of budget. It is the height of cheapness. And I don't understand it when this guy is supposedly a billionaire.
McDonald's has higher standards than Major League Baseball. I've said this for years. You know, John Fisher owns a team. He can do what he wants with it. No, he can't. He owns a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
He owns a satellite of this bigger company called Major League Baseball, which, by the way, he was allowed to purchase.
Yep.
All right? His father was allowed to purchase it. He just was lucky enough to have rich sperm.
That's right.
If you go to McDonald's, which is also a franchise, you have individually owned McDonald's, but they're part of a larger network because they're using the McDonald's corporate umbrella to sell product. Right?
Yeah.
You go into a McDonald's, hey, I got to go to the bathroom. Where's the bathroom? And they point across the parking lot to an outhouse.
The Porta-John out there. Go ahead.
You don't think like a district manager from McDonald's is going to show up and say, hey, man, you're representing our brand. You can't have people crapping outside. No. What are we talking about here? There's a cost of doing business. If you want to be associated with us and all the perks that come with that, advertisements on television, brand recognition, all this other crap, then there are certain minimums you have to abide by. Having a tool shed in your parking lot for player interviews, I would guess, is not that minimum requirement.
What's the deal, too? Is their clubhouse not accessible from the dugout? Did I read that right? Because
you may be right.
I thought I saw something where a guy had to run across the field. It was in between innings, and one of the players, you see him just trotting across the field, no glove, no hat, and
like take a pee.
Yeah, I think he had to use the bathroom. They said, "Oh, he's retrieving something from the clubhouse." They said, "Or he has to go to the bathroom," and it was just like, that's what we're doing. When a guy has to go to take a crap during the game, he can't just walk down the steps and go in. Bad enough for your minor league team to do that. This is Major League Baseball, man. And not one, but two teams in Major League Baseball are in a minor league facility this year for the entire year. And at least one of those teams had an excuse of a hurricane coming through. The other one is the dumb A's.
Here's our favorite story of the day. I'm going to read this exactly like Teddy gave it to me. Headline, top high school pitcher throws 102 miles per hour during the game. I'm so disappointed with the writer of this article, Greg Popke, from LarryBrownSports.com. A top-tier pitcher flashed 102-mile-an-hour fastball in a high school game Tuesday. Left-handed pitcher Jack Bauer of Lincoln Way East High School in Frankfort, Illinois, showed off the impressive velocity during his outing on Tuesday. Prep baseball scout Ian Smith shared video and added that Bauer's fastball sat between 97 and 101 and hit 102 on one occasion. Smith added that Bauer also displayed a sharp slider and changeup. Bauer has verbally committed to play college baseball for Virginia, but might not make it that far if he goes high up in the Major League Baseball draft. If he keeps flashing triple digits like that consistently, he will probably be MLB bound this June. At no point in all of that do we get any sort of Jack Bauer 24 nothing.
I mean, that better be his jersey number, right?
Well, and I did some research because I looked up this dude, Jack Bauer, Lincoln Way East High School in Frankfort, Illinois. Yeah. And he does indeed wear number 24.
Good. I also hope that, let's say it's a tight game and he throws a pitch just on the edge of the plate, just in the black, and the ump just stands there and doesn't give him the strike. I hope he walks off the mound, looks at the ump and says, "Where is it? Tell me where it is."
Got a mole inside CTU.
Chloe is his pitching coach. Comes out to the mound.
His hot daughter's in the outfield being hunted by a cougar. What happened to her? She married a hockey player.
Who? I don't even remember who the actress was.
Oh, the daughter, Eliza Cuthbert, I think was her name. And she was in The Girl Next Door, where she was like a porno star.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, sure.
Anyway, she was hot.
What's she doing?
I don't know. When did the original show start? Because they probably named the kid after the show.
It was 2001, so it was like, almost 24 years ago.
Yeah, this is high school kids. They obviously knew what they were doing. They named the kid Jack Bauer.
Yes.
Yeah, of course
Right?
they did. Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
They knew.
What's your last name? Bond. I'll name him James.
Right, yeah. Last name of Bauer, we're naming him Jack. Dion Phaneuf is who she was.
Plouf?
Is who she was married to. Is married to. It says spouse as of 2013.
Okay.
They have 2 kids.
All right.
I'm just telling you, that's what she's been doing.
Didn't I hear that they were bringing 24 back with Jack Bauer?
They did something.
I know
with
they
it,
did
right?
something, but I don't know if they were going to do it again.
I don't know. I'm looking it up.
The last time we saw the TV series was 2014. They did 12 episodes in 2014.
So
has it been that long?
Couldn't stick with 24, huh? Couldn't do that.
No.
Or wasn't the? Am I wrong that the Allstate? You're in good hands.
That's
with
right. He was the
Allstate.
president.
Yeah, in the first season.
Dennis
right?
Haysbert.
Yeah, Dennis Haysbert. That's right.
He was also Joe Boo. Well, not Joe Boo. He was Pedro Serrano.
Yes.
Who
Yes.
worshipped Joe Boo.
That's right.
You don't take Joe Boo's rum, Teddy.
No, very bad.
You don't take
Trying to see where this article says a movie reboot of 24 is being developed by 20th Century Fox, but it doesn't say.
Is Kiefer in it? Because if he's not, I don't
know.
care.
It says Kiefer has expressed interest in returning to the role, but there hasn't been anything officially signed, so it's just sort of people talking right now.
This is from July of last year is when this article's from. So I haven't seen if there's anything more recent than that.
You know how they did the Expendables?
What do you mean?
With like every action star in the world came to do that. Well, there were some that weren't there. You know, and I think we should make a different type of Expendables where they actually battle the original Expendables. Like Kiefer, maybe Harrison Ford can show up and crash his plane.
That's what I do now, kid.
You know, Daniel Craig's not Bond anymore. He can show up in the Expendables.
Yeah, he could.
There's a whole group of action heroes that weren't in the Expendables. We can use them.
Yeah.
No, not interested in this project?
You know what? I would.
You're looking at me like I got 4 heads.
No, I'm just trying to remember who all. I forgot that there was like the original Expendables and then everybody.
Stallone and Arnold and Dolph Lundgren and Jason Statham and
Bruce Willis.
He doesn't remember he was in that though.
No, that's right. He couldn't be in it now, obviously.
No.
Wasn't there a movie with your guy, the James Bond, Daniel
Craig?
Yeah,
I just said Daniel Craig.
I know that, but it reminded me. There's a movie with him and the Kylo Ren actor, whose name is also escaping me now. I don't know why I can't remember everybody's name all of a sudden. But they played in a movie where they robbed a NASCAR track. Do you remember this, Ted?
Yes, I've seen it.
It's called like Lucky something or other.
Lucky's, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
What was the loot? Just a bunch of Confederate flags that you...
Right. Well, there was some backstory.
It's the Charlotte racetrack,
It
I
was,
believe, right?
yeah. It was some thing of like the gate from the NASCAR weekend would be stored in a vault until like Monday.
I see.
And they go under the track.
That's
and
called Hillbilly Ocean's 11.
It essentially was.
That's what
exactly
it was,
what
exactly.
But it was so jarring to see Daniel Craig was like their pyro expert, and he was like,
I do it,
oh man, tell me, did you give me my acetylene? And it's just like,
Who's doing the Clooney role? Jeff Foxworthy? You might be a jewel thief if...
What the hell is that movie called?
Who cares?
Logan Lucky. Thank you. The chat. Angela's Cakes at it there. Thank you, Angela. Logan
Degenerate
Lucky.
T-Bone is next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at some slowdown due to an accident that's blocking 2 lanes on westbound 270 on the South Outer Belt at Alum Creek Drive. And we've got an accident that's on both shoulders of westbound 33 at US 42 that's causing some delay. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Hey, Ohio State fans, while others cut corners like that team up north, Valvoline Instant Oil Change is Buckeye level quality, and you can stay in your car while their experts do the work. Drive in today. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay minus 108 than minus 110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sports book. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets and be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
When divorce places your home, finances, or kids in jeopardy, Cordell & Cordell is here to fight to protect your interests. Cordell & Cordell is committed to advocating for your rights in divorce and family law matters, providing the legal experience to fight for success. Call today for a consultation and details on our military service member pricing.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Skyline nachos are back, and now there's a spicy version. Get them with Skyline's cheddar or habanero cheese, topped with fiery jalapeno slices. But hurry, Skyline's regular and new spicy nachos are only at participating restaurants for a limited time.
Bands are us, when dreams don't get in. Bands are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
Bands are us, when dreams don't get in. Bands are us.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Yeah, boss asked us to get the Ohio Lottery kiosks ready for the new $20 scratch-off, $2 million extreme cash. With $38 million in total prizes, we had to go big. We had cup holders, monster truck tires, even installed air horns, in case somebody reveals the extreme symbol and wins every prize on the scratch-off. Boss thinks the light show's a bit much, but gotta celebrate $2 million top prize winners somehow. So yeah, play $2 million extreme cash from the Ohio Lottery. And if you can tell my boss I did a good job, that'd be cool too. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Is it a game, a practice? Who cares? Join us for live coverage of the Ohio State Football Spring Showcase.
Coverage starts Saturday the 12th at 10. Sponsored by Crown Automotive Group in Dublin.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
Anthony Rothman here for Tel-Ohio. Tel-Ohio Credit Union has been financing dreams and fueling the local economy for 90 years. And as the #1 SBA lender among Ohio credit unions, learn why more than 3,000 business owners trust Tel-Ohio. Visit telohio.org/business.
We've all got it, you know, that one crazy thing you've always wanted to do, that bucket list goal. Then a cancer diagnosis, and that one thing still goes according to plan. I would know. I'm getting my first tattoo right now, while my 3 beautiful daughters laugh hysterically at me. 58 years old, 4 years of cancer-free checkups at Ohio Health. Go ahead and get a picture, girls. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
The Fan Poll is brought to you by Caster Connection. Visit CasterConnection.com to shop online or to work with our Caster Solution specialists.
Off Topic is on brand. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Thursday. Degenerate T-Bone coming up in mere moments. How many Expendable movies do they make? Because, Teddy, I'm sure you've seen them all.
I think it's 4.
Wow, they did 4?
I think so, yeah.
Wasn't Stone Cold in one of them?
That feels right. Feels like they eventually get around to him in most of the action. Yeah, when there's like ensemble action cast, they're like, let's call Stone Cold. I guess we'll have him be in this one.
Wasn't Mel Gibson in one of them?
Yeah, I believe so.
Really?
Jean-Claude was in one.
He just got, you see him?
No, what happened?
He got like arrested for sex trafficking or something.
Wait, who did?
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Oh, no.
Oh. I thought I saw something like that.
We better double check that.
I mean, I don't want to McAfee this guy. We're
Well, yeah, he's at least
he goes
a
on
public figure.
Dateline and says, he ruined my life.
Yeah.
That's my Jean-Claude.
Here it is, people.com. So we're just reading a people.com article. Jean-Claude Van Damme accused of having sexual relations with trafficked Romanian women is what it says.
Well, there you go.
So that's no good. Dana White is inviting him to the next UFC fight as we speak. Good job.
The ticket to get in is just slap Dana White's wife.
God. All of that sounds not good.
Do you have too much money in your wallet?
Bet you do. Bet you don't.
T-Bone's going to help you lose it. Degenerate T-Bone, hit it.
Common Man and T-Bones. Degenerate T-Bone.
Degenerate T-Bone.
T-Bone's picks for the weekend.
Sponsored by Ohio Health. Choose between virtual or in-person appointments at 200-plus care sites, providing the finest care anywhere. OhioHealth.com/finest care.
Well, man, we're going to talk Final Four. That's what we're previewing. That's the college basketball that I care about this weekend. Sorry to the Crown in Vegas. I'm not paying attention. My bad, NIT. I'm not looking at you. What I am staring at, a couple of numbers here for Florida and Auburn, and then Houston and Duke. Number one, Florida, they are taking on Auburn. -2.5 is Florida favored. 2.5 points is how much they're favored over Auburn. Now, if you don't know and you don't follow college basketball that closely, they did already play this game a few months ago. Florida played it against Auburn in Auburn, Alabama, and they went on the road and won 90-81. They didn't have Elijah Martin for that game. They do have him for this game. They are not in Alabama. They are at a neutral site. And they've gone 16-1, have Florida, since that game. You could say that maybe Auburn will be really hungry for revenge in this game, and that's a fair thing to consider. But Florida was almost upset a couple times on their way to this game in this tournament. That is also fair to point out. But I just can't look over that number of -2.5. That seems like a cover for Florida. I'm going to lay the points, and I'm going to say Florida gets the job done again as they roll into the national championship game. Full disclosure, I do want this to happen because I have Florida as my national champion in my bracket. Not that anybody cares. So if that, colors your opinion of how I feel about this game, I just want you to have all the info. But I'm telling you, I feel like Florida's going to be too much for Auburn down the stretch, and I think they'll get the job done, and they will win by more than a three-pointer. Meanwhile, Houston and Duke will be a fun matchup as well. Obviously, these are all great teams. Duke, though, they are the over-under for them is 70.5 points right now for their team total. Houston is going to be the toughest defense by far that Duke has played this season. Houston is that way for about everybody they play. They're the greatest defense in college basketball in my mind. The 70.5 points, that is a decline. Slight decline or a huge decline from their near 92 points they've been averaging, has Duke, in this NCAA tournament so far. So they're averaging 92 points in the tourney. The over-under for this game is 70.5. Now, I know Houston's tough and their defense is great. One thing I've looked at, Duke, 5 of their top 6 guys who see most of their minutes, especially in crunch time, are over 75% from the line. If you are going to take an over on a team that is playing a great defense, the reason you think about doing that is because you think late in this game, who's going to be ahead? Will they have to shoot free throws? And if so, will they make those free throws? I think Duke will be ahead in this game. I think they will get fouled, and they will have to perform at the line, and I think they will. That's why I'm taking the over on 70.5 for Duke in this game. I do think Duke will win. I think it'll be Duke and Florida in the final. But no matter what, we're going to get 2 excellent basketball games, 3 excellent basketball games. These 2, and then, of course, the championship game next Monday. But if I had to guess who wins it all right now, I find it hard to deny Florida that they would win the whole thing. But, yeah, I think Florida goes over 2.5. I don't know what I'm saying. Florida -2.5. Lay the points, they win. Duke over 70.5 points. Let's go. Final Four, I'm ready for it. That's all I got for you.
All right. There is a distillery down in Cincinnati. It's just called Cincinnati Distilling. They have a special aged bourbon.
Okay.
They're calling it the Joe Nuxhall Baseball Bat Aged Bourbon.
Oh, interesting.
This 90-proof bourbon, crafted with a mash bill of 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley, delivers a smooth yet bold flavor profile that honors the legacy of Reds legend Joe Nuxhall. What sets this bourbon apart is its unique aging process infused with the essence of maple baseball bats. I don't. It's just they put maple syrup in the thing. Hey,
wait, did they? Or did they put like actual wood pieces in it?
I'm guessing they didn't.
Well, then
I'm guessing they put maple flavoring in it.
No, what I'm telling you is, I don't know if this is what they did, but I know a lot of people will they'll get their bourbon from like the store, and then they will take wood staves and put it in the bottle to further add to the oakiness or whatever.
All right, well, that's great. I wasn't really telling you the story because of that.
Okay.
Joe Nuxhall is another one of those guys that I don't think we talk about enough.
Mm-hmm.
Reds legend, played for the Reds, was a longtime broadcaster for them, passed away many years ago. But he was born and raised in that area. Wartime in 1944, a lot of players were gone.
Yeah.
And the Reds were having a hard time filling out the roster. And so Joe Nuxhall, at the age of 15 years and 316 days, so a 15-year-old kid, June 10th, 1944, came in and pitched for the Cincinnati Reds, 2/3 of an inning. Now, that's all he got. Then the war ended, and he went to school and then went into the minor league system, worked his way back up to the Reds in 1952.
So when was the first time he
44.
Wow, 8 years. I didn't realize it was that long.
Well, he was 15.
Sure, yeah.
Then he worked his way back up and still had a wonderful career after that. But can you imagine pitching in a Major League Baseball game at the age of 15?
No, and then can you also imagine how many people he probably interacted with throughout those 8 years? Where if anybody ever asks, so what do you do? It's like, I'm a ball player. It's like, oh, you ever get to the major leagues? It's like, yeah, I did when
I was 15.
They're like, yeah, right, Sonny. No way you did. And then it's like, well, what is he going to do? Whip out his cell phone and show him a YouTube highlight? No.
That's right. No, take my word for it.
How would he prove that to them?
I can't believe I actually agree with Mike Gundy on something. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 5-minute delay if you need to travel on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 161 and Cleveland Avenue. And you're going to hit a 15-minute slowdown on westbound 670 between 5th Avenue and Neal Avenue. This report is sponsored by COSI, Center of Science and Industry. Ready to experience the ultimate shark adventure at COSI? It opens April 12th, where you'll be able to see life-size shark models, discover real fossils, and explore interactive exhibits, and discover the truth about this ancient and fascinating group of fishes, included with general admission. Tickets on sale now at cosi.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
Common Man here for Weed Man. I always have the greenest lawn in the neighborhood. It's luscious. I swear by two things, water and Weed Man. Weed Man is locally owned and operated by Corbin and Audrey. They will make sure your lawn is weed-free and looking gorgeous. Of course, they get rid of weeds, but they also do aeration, mosquito control, grub control, crabgrass prevention, and flea and tick control for your four-legged friends. For a free quote, give them a call, 614-733-3747, weedmanusa.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
It's a different world today than it was 30 years ago when I started Care Heating and Cooling. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, 30 years ago, you were the first to warn of companies using service technicians as salespeople, of abusing the trust that a service technician has. With the big conglomerates now buying companies all over Central Ohio, this has become the normal business model.
It's all about greed. The conglomerates know they can make a lot more money by incentivizing their technicians to sell furnaces instead of fixing them. They train their techs to take advantage of a customer when they are the most vulnerable.
Dad, that is not how we were taught. In 2024, Care Heating and Cooling was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and spring is here, and it's time to refresh your yard with Ohio Mulch. With 15 convenient locations in Central Ohio, it's easier than ever to get mulch ready for the season. Now through April 5th, get 5 bags of red, black, or brown mulch for just $10.95. Need it delivered? No problem. Save $50 on home delivery when you order online. Visit OhioMulch.com today and spruce up your yard with the best.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, greener, greener, better.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, people are officially going crazy over our sleek, black framed windows. They change the entire look of a home.
Leslie, nobody believes that just black frames can change the look of a home.
It's like when Superman put on his black framed glasses and became Clark Kent.
Wait a second. Clark Kent is Superman? Are you messing with me right now?
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent to help you pick a policy that's right for you. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Picture this. You walk into a Tim Hortons and get a warm toasted English muffin or a buttery biscuit layered with fluffy fresh cracked eggs, melty cheese, and savory sausage or bacon. Now imagine that breakfast sandwich for just $3 when you buy any size coffee, hot or cold, because when you're running on empty, you want a breakfast that does more than just fills you up. So start your morning with Tim's, because you deserve a breakfast that's as good as your day is going to be. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Offer valid only during breakfast hours. Exclusions apply. Additional terms apply.
Hey, Ohio State fans. While others cut corners, like that team up north, Valvoline Instant Oil Change is Buckeye-level quality. We train hard and treat every day like game day. We're always quick, but never rushed. And you can stay in your car while our experts do the work. Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit valvoline.com/Buckeyes to find your nearest location and access exclusive fan savings.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Blue Jackets at home of the Colorado Avalanche tonight. 2 points behind the final Eastern Conference wild card spot still for Columbus, who's trying for a second straight win. They've got 9 games left in the regular season. 7 o'clock faceoff right here on the Fan. College hoops out of the transfer portal. Ohio State has landed 7-foot center Christoph Kelly, who played at Santa Clara and last year averaged 12.5 points and almost 5 rebounds a game. Tilly will have 1 year to play. Meanwhile, Ohio State's Kerry Hollenbaugh, a 4 under par, tied for 9th place to keep going at the Augusta National Women's Amateur Baseball. Cincinnati Reds in Milwaukee tonight trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Off night for the Cleveland Guardians. Columbus Clippers at home with St. Paul. Ohio State football getting a verbal commitment from 4-star linebacker Simeon Caldwell from Jacksonville, Florida. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Today's special value is 3 hours of stupid. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
Fish has handed me the plug sheet for tomorrow. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, Morning Juice, A.J. Hawk, Buckeye legend. He'll be on at 8:30. Tim May will be on Bishop and Friends at 10:30. Bobby Carpenter is stopping by Morning Juice. I'm sorry, no, he hosts Morning Juice. He's stopping by Rothman and Ice at 1:30.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then we're doing Tool of the Week.
There you go.
That's tomorrow.
By the way, this may get me nominated for Tool of the Week, but can I ask you for 90 seconds to respond to something that was said by Stephen A. Smith about the NBA.
Okay.
He was, as he's been doing lately, ranting about literally anything other than LeBron, because I don't think he wants any of the LeBron stuff anymore, because he's realized
he's not going to win.
Yes.
No, there's no winners there.
So he's moved on to, another guy that everyone apparently hates, Steph Curry. Everyone doesn't like him. He said that he was talking to a Hall of Famer, NBA player, ex-NBA player, who said to him, Steph Curry's great, but if Steph Curry played in our era, he wouldn't have averaged more than like 17 a game because we would have beat the hell out of him. And
I don't doubt that someone said that.
Right, but then he's like, hey, I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe that's real. And it's like, what? Why do we have to do this with every era? But I don't understand specifically why basketball players who apparently played in the 80s or 90s or whatever time they did feel like the answer to say Steph Curry is not that good is because we wouldn't play basketball against him. We would just beat him to death. Like, what? That's not basketball. Then you're admitting he's a better basketball player than you and that you couldn't play basketball against him and beat him, so you'd have to, like, physically harm him. I don't understand that. I don't understand how that makes your era superior. All right. That's all my NBA.
Thank you.
That's my rant. Thank you very much.
Deion Sanders wants to do a spring scrimmage with Fran Brown's Syracuse team. Because, well, we're tired of just playing ourselves and, bring another team in here and we'll do something. The NCAA said, nope, can't do it. Mike Gundy, who I hate, but I guess I'm going to agree with.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
He is still at Oklahoma State. How long has he been on that job?
Oh, at least 20 years. I promise you that rant was like 2006 or 2007. I want to say is when he did the I'm a man, I'm 40 thing.
Anyway, here's what he says about, he's talking about this Colorado and Syracuse thing. He says about the NCAA, I'm not even sure how they have the grounds to say you can't do it. If somebody just goes and does it, what are they going to do to them?
Right.
I said the same thing.
He's right.
What power does the NCAA really have? Like, if Syracuse shows up to Boulder with pads and says, all right, we're ready to go, as long as they're not violating practice rules and they're not unnecessarily putting these guys out there and, running two-a-days and contact practices like you're not supposed to, what really can the NCAA do?
I don't know the answer. And I don't know what the rules say, to be fair, with the NCAA. Do they, if they have a rule that explicitly says if you play another team at your spring game, you are subject to the NCAA death penalty, and we can take your football team away for 5 years.
Language.
All right. So anything short of that is something that's going to be murky, undefined, and probably the schools would just fight it out in court with an entity that already loses court battles on a regular basis. So if the NCAA really wants to take Syracuse and Colorado to court, that I don't think that's in their best interest. I think it's in the best interest of college football to have intrigue in your games, and spring practices that get people fired up probably isn't a bad thing. As long as the players are safe, like you said, and they're not being put under any undue stress, they wouldn't be put in a game with their own practice, with their own team. I don't see how you can really stop them from doing this if they're so motivated.
I'm just saying, in the spring, Jim Harbaugh can say, hey, guys, let's take the entire team, go to the Vatican.
Yeah.
Right? We can do that. But Fran Brown can't take his Syracuse team to Boulder.
No, well, you could say we're going to Boulder to see what it's like. We like the Rocky Mountains. Let's just look at those. Oh, hey, look.
There's another football team.
We decided to have a practice here. Oh, we
ran into him at the deli.
Yeah, and then at some point you're like, what, did you guys, you have all your pads too. We have a football. Hey, look, there's a referee standing out there at his car. Just, look at that. Why don't you come in, sir? Would you like to ref this game? And then there you go. Oh, some fans found their way in? Darn. Suddenly you have a game out of nowhere. It was all spontaneous, sir. I plead the fifth. We didn't do this on purpose.
Jackets and Avalanche tonight at Nationwide. 7:30 is the start time. Our guy John Davidson will reunite with Sam Rosen for TNT's Rangers-Flyers matchup next Wednesday.
Okay.
That'll be fun. Look, Sam is retiring, longtime television voice of the New York Rangers, many decades, and he used to work with John Davidson. They were together in the booth for many years. So JD, who I think can just fall out of bed and do an excellent job as a color analyst, is going to do the national broadcast next Wednesday. It's a little say goodbye to Sam. And it's a game that probably will impact Blue Jacket fans quite a bit because the Rangers are playing in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice little side benefit, right? That you get to watch that game and probably have a familiar voice on there. And as well, hopefully watch the Rangers lose. That would be a good thing.
It's in the Garden, and of course they unceremoniously fired John Davidson. So if I'm him, I'm clogging every toilet in that place. And JD's a big guy. He could do it.
Sure thing.
I got some stats for you. Ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
I always look, and Tony Gwynn is the champion of I can't believe that's true.
Yeah.
So let me give this to you. Red Sox slugger Rafael Devers got his first hit of the season yesterday against Baltimore. He started the season 0 for 19 with 15 strikeouts. Okay?
All right.
0 for, now it's just a few games.
That's
still
not good.
Bad. 0 for 19 with 15 strikeouts. For comparison, Tony Gwynn in 1995 had 535 official at-bats. Not plate appearances, more than that. At-bats. He struck out 15 times.
Jeez.
The entire 1995 season that, yes, was shortened, right, because of strike things, but still 535 at-bats, 15 strikeouts. Rafael Devers did that in 4 games.
I don't even know how that happens. I guess I do know because the idea is like you have to either hit a home run or strike out for some guys in Major League Baseball. Not all, but for some. And that is, I don't even know.
Devers, by the way, on a $313 million deal.
That's all right. How much did Tony Gwynn make in his career?
$47 million, which again, nothing to be bashful about, but still.
I saw a stat about Ricky Henderson that is similarly hard to believe, and it is this. If someone this year stole 60 bases, which would be quite a thing. In modern Major League Baseball, you don't see a lot of guys stealing 60 bases.
Well, no, and they changed the rules to make base stealing easier to do.
They want to encourage it to happen.
Right, pitchers can't throw over there as much. They've increased the size of second base, so
yeah,
it's easier to steal bases.
The amount of stolen bases Ricky Henderson has in his career is such. He obviously holds the record. It is such that if someone stole 60 bases a year for 22 years in a row, like exactly 60, no more, no less, for 22 years in a row, they still wouldn't have as many stolen bases as Ricky has.
It's crazy.
Nuts.
It's crazy.
Also, this one. The Rangers led Major League Baseball back in 2019 with 131 stolen bases. I should look up who led last year, but I have this one from 2019, 131 stolen bases. Ricky Henderson stole 130 by himself in 1982.
Unbelievable.
No, I mean, it's just
like the Gretzky stat. Because Alex Ovechkin's going to break this record now, and he'll do it, the all-time goals record. But Wayne Gretzky, all-time points record in the NHL. You take every goal he ever scored. By the way, he's also the all-time goals leader. You take every goal he ever scored out of it, he is still the all-time leader in points in NHL history.
It's insane. By the way, Ricky had 1,406 stolen bases. Just unreal.
No, there's a reason why the dude, when he broke the record, grabbed the base and said, "I'm the greatest." A lot of people said, "What's the matter with this guy? Always talking about himself in the third person, declaring himself the greatest." Yeah, you know what? Sometimes guys who do that are the greatest.
Yeah. When you steal that many bases, oh, by the way, did he have any hits? Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
he had 3,000 of them.
Quite a few.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That guy, obviously, one of the all-time greats. May he rest in peace.
I was going to say dead.
I know.
I forgot for a second.
We just lost him. Yeah.
Fat Boy Food Tap. Coming up next, Colin Man and T-Bone on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 5-minute delay on westbound 70 on the east side between Miller Avenue and the 71 East Split. And things are moving slow on northbound 270 on the west outer belt between Tuttle Crossing Boulevard and 33. This report is sponsored by Ohio 811. Call before you dig. Contact Ohio 811 at least 48 hours before you dig. It's easy to do, and it's the law. Centerpoint Energy, Columbia Gas, Duke Energy, and Enbridge Gas want you to dig safely. Contact Ohio 811 every time you dig. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Spring into a new vehicle at Crown Automotive Group of Dublin.
Luxury, power, and adventure, all waiting for you.
Explore our vast selection of exquisite Mercedes-Benz, the all-new rugged Ineos Grenadier, and the powerful lineup of Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram vehicles. Crown Automotive Group in Dublin is the only dealership in Columbus awarded a J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. Visit Crown Automotive Group of Dublin on Perimeter Drive in Dublin.
Or online at crowncarsdublin.com.
Crown Automotive Group, the better way to buy.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Take action with Logan Services. Get up to $900 off a Train furnace and up to $1,500 off a Train air conditioner. Plus free duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule your free estimate now. Logan Services.
Hear that? That's the sound of saving a good deal more when you shop with M-Perks at Meijer. Some delicious blueberries, money saved. A creamy treat of cookie dough ice cream, that's money saved. Savings, savings, savings. Because every dollar spent is also 10 points earned in M-Perks, which you can use to save on your next grocery trip or up to $1 off per gallon on your next tank of gas. At Meijer, we work hard to help you save a good deal more for a whole lot less. That's bringing more good to life. Exclusions apply. See mperks.com for details.
Ever notice the yards with beautiful flowers but something missing? Yep, they didn't mulch, and it doesn't look finished. Put the finishing touches on your most beautiful garden ever at Oakland Nursery. Oakland has 2 cubic foot bags of Forever Black hardwood mulch, regularly $4.79 a bag, now just 4 bags for $10. Through April 13th, 2 cubic foot bags of quality Forever Black hardwood mulch, regularly $4.79 a bag, now just 4 bags for $10. No deliveries, limit 52 bags per visit. Hurry, this amazing sale ends after April 13th.
Sometimes you don't realize something was bothering you
until it's gone.
That's how you're going to feel
after we work our magic at your house.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
The Fan has been ranked as the second best sports station in America by our industry peers. Our heartfelt thank you is in order. But we're not doing it because we're better than that hillbilly Birmingham station that came in first. Thanks for nothing.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through April 15th, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now at Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.50%, APR 6.56% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-THIRD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restricted supply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed's Sponsored Jobs feature helps you stand out and hire fast. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hey there, Central Ohio. 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens. Watch showers expand this evening into tonight. Flooding concerns a possibility, so watch out if you're traveling late tonight. Temperatures will drop to around 50. We'll be in the mid-50s to near 60 tomorrow. Scattered showers throughout the day. More widespread rain as we head through Friday night and into Saturday. Flooding concerns continue, and so could a few gusty storms by early Saturday. That's the latest 10 Weather Impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Your undisputed leader in talking about nothing. This is Man and Bone.
Hey, Jackets time tonight. Jackets and Avalanche and Nationwide. It's a 7:30 start time. So if you're, season ticket holder and you just go into a home game, not even thinking about it, it's a weeknight game, 7 o'clock. No, it is 7:30 tonight. Don't panic.
Well, you had they were on a back-to-back with the Avs last night in Chicago, and they called the league up, as Rimmer told us yesterday, and said, hey, this was a while ago. They said, can we please have an extra half hour so that we don't have to start right at 7 because it's going to be a long night for us. We're playing in Chicago. It's back-to-back. They said, sure, we'll give you the extra half hour. Then they couldn't get out of Chicago because of the storms last night, so they didn't get here till, what, noon?
About noon, yeah.
So glad you got the extra half hour, I guess, but that's probably not going to help much now.
Fat Boy Food Tap!
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. I quit.
Sponsored by Metal Supermarkets. Visit metalsupermarkets.com/Columbus for all your metal needs.
I saw this on foodandwine.com. It is a story about Popeyes and their new pickle menu. And before we get, I know you hate pickles. Before we get to that, I know it doesn't exist this way, but in my mind, there's a big boardroom table at Food and Wine magazine, right? It's like, hey, Phil, you're going to go to Burgundy and see how the new batch is coming in this year, how the crop is coming. You're going to go to Napa. And, well, Frank, you're going to write about Popeye's new pickle menu.
That's right. Yeah, it's a little different about that than getting the wine articles. You're right.
Here is what is on Popeye's new pickle menu. They announced this yesterday, but it's no April Fool's joke. I mean, they announced this 2 days ago because it's April 3rd. It features a pickle glaze sandwich, which Popeyes describes as a briny twist on the iconic Popeyes chicken sandwich, featuring battered chicken coated in a zesty pickle-flavored glaze, topped with thick-cut pickles, served on a toasted brioche bun. Extra pickly.
Ugh. I mean, if you like pickles, great. Enjoy.
There's also going to be pickle glaze bone-in wings. The perfect savory heat and briny goodness balance in every bite.
Okay.
So they have the same glaze as the sandwich, except they're putting it on wings. Also, fried pickles on the menu. Chips, not spears, as they should be. And good news, you can wash it all down with a pickle lemonade, which the company describes as a sweet yet savory lemonade infused with real pickle juice.
This is probably Jen Winter's favorite meals that she would get there, right? I mean,
Jen is a pickle puss.
She likes all the pickles.
Now, looky here. I am a pickle fan. You hate pickles.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm not even looking to you.
You shouldn't.
I'm a Popeyes customer, and I love pickles. This should appeal to me. I feel like we're going to a dangerous place with the pickle. As much as I enjoy bacon, for a point of time there, it was like, hey, come to happy hour. We got a Bloody Mary with 19 pounds of bacon garnishing it. It's like, yeah, we get it. Bacon, good. Every restaurant then has to be clever with bacon. We're going to put bacon in this and bacon in that, and we slap you in the face with bacon, and we give you free bacon at the DMV. I think we're going that same way with pickles, where everybody's like, hey, pickles, pickles good, pickle, hey, our pickle, yeah. What's going to be the flavor next year?
I don't know.
Swiss chard?
Well, you know what? We did have, Carmel had a moment there, it feels like, right? Didn't we have a moment with Carmel where it felt like everybody, not just Carmel, sea salt caramel, right? Was a thing where it was like almost every place was like, oh, try our new shake, now featuring sea salt caramel.
Why we always have to have buzz all the time. It's never, hey, try this sandwich, it's good. It's, hey, this yogurt is Greek and Icelandic, and can you just give me some yogurt? Shut up!
Yeah, I don't know what the next hot flavor is going to be because we've had hot chicken that took over everything for a while, right? Everybody had a Nashville hot chicken, and now that's kind of waned. I don't know. Maybe garlic parm is the next big thing to really take over. Like, it's been big at wing places, but maybe we're going to have a garlic parm revolution where it's just going to have garlic parm burgers and all the fries.
Let's do
McDonald's
garlic on everything. I love garlic.
I love garlic too, but I'm saying that may be the next thing that we do there. Big garlic parm
You know
swing
what
for
I wish
the
a
world.
restaurant would do?
What's that?
You ever have a roasted garlic head?
Uh-huh.
You put that in the oven, and then it just melts out. And
you squeeze it, and you get all the goops out of there.
Here's what you do. You have a little drive-through place. It's just called Garlic in Your Face.
Okay,
That's
good name.
It's a working title.
Don't change it. If you do that concept, you have to call it garlic in your face. There has to be a pause, an ellipses, and then in your face.
It's a working title.
No, it's not.
But what you do is you go up there. They only have one thing on the menu. It's roasted garlic cloves and crusty bread.
And they'll just they'll squish it onto the bread,
or you squish it,
or whatever.
They'll
and
give you the whole head.
Smear it on
you
there.
Smear it on there.
They'll give you the whole head.
Have sex with it.
Yeah.
And they'll serve it with a pickle lemonade. Yeah.
Now, if you don't like pickles or you're done with that part, let me tell you about something else I found here for Fat Boy Food Tip. What if you want to get your order right when you go to a fast food chain? Maybe you don't like playing what's in the bag.
Don't go to Popeyes then.
Okay. Well, I don't know what all the restaurants were that were rated by this, but In Touch Insight, they're a company that's been tracking the speed and accuracy of fast food drive-thrus for 25 years. They went and checked all the fast food restaurants, or at least 7 of them, and said that the most accurate fast food restaurant in the market of the ones they tested was Chick-fil-A. They were able to fulfill orders at an accuracy rate of 92% over the past 6 years, according to the data.
It's pretty good.
Burger King and McDonald's tied for second place with an accuracy rate of 88%.
I always get what I ordered at Burger King.
Which is nothing?
Which is dysentery.
You never go. No, you go once every 5 years.
I go once every 5 years and just crap my brains out.
It's all right. That's just because you have a weak stomach. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. I haven't vomited since 1997. You can throw a lot of shade at me.
No, you have a strong gag reflex. You have a weak stomach. What can I tell you? Never once had dysentery from Burger King. That's your problem, not mine. Arby's took...
I will diarrhea right here. Just in protest.
So good, you're going to put your diaper on. Yeah. Arby's...
That is the Burger King definition.
That's right, yeah. Arby's took the 4th place spot as far as most accurate. On the other end of the spectrum, KFC came in last with the lowest 6-year average of only 81% accuracy at their drive-thru window. However, the chicken chain was the most improved since 2024. So that means they're doing better, but still not great.
Where's Popeyes on this list? They have to be last.
They don't seem to have Popeyes rated. They did mention,
they broke the needle off. I once got a chicken sandwich at Popeyes with no chicken in it. It was a bun and sauce. There was no chicken.
Well, you didn't specify. You just said you wanted the sandwich. You didn't say you wanted the chicken in the sandwich. I'm sorry. Taco Bell, Wendy's, and Dunkin' Donut, they had to have rated Popeyes if Dunkin's in here. All came in higher than KFC in the 6-year average, but they still ended up in the bottom 4 for fast food chain accuracy. Now, here's what I find interesting. Chick-fil-A, I said, was the most accurate, 92% getting the orders right. However, they also took the longest of all these same chains that they monitored.
They got a lot of cars there.
They said they had the longest average number of cars, which is 5, in a drive-through line before being able to place your order. Of note, it doesn't say that they were measuring time. It says they were measuring the average amount of cars ahead of you before you got to place an order. That's not really fair to Chick-fil-A,
is it? That's not fair.
Because Chick-fil-A may have 200 cars in the line, and then
through them pretty
4
quick.
minutes later, you'll have your food, which I don't know how they do that witchcraft, but they do. It says that Chick-fil-A drive-thru can expect to wait 8 minutes for their order, which is still, for given the amount of cars there, that's really not that bad. KFC had an average of slightly more than 1 car in the drive-thru menu before placing an order, in the drive-thru line before placing an order.
Look, I enjoy Chick-fil-A. They shouldn't even be recognized here. All right, it's like saying I'm a starting pitcher and I won the Cy Young, but I didn't pitch to 9 hitters for the entire season.
Right.
You're not open on Sunday. You're not on this list.
I agree with you. Sorry, Chick-fil-A. You're only open 6 days a week.
Rules.
You know how many
One bite, everybody knows the rules.
You know how many orders they got right on Sundays? 0. I mean,
That's right.
Zero.
It brings down the
brings
average.
that average down, doesn't it, a little bit? Now, who do you think was the fastest is getting you in and out of the drive-thru? Do you have any ideas? Well, that ended quick. God.
That was pretty quick.
Just slammed it shut.
I was going to say Burger King because no one's ever in the drive-thru.
Oh, God. Wrong.
Wrong. Wonderful.
It's going great. Taco Bell. Fastest, just like how it exits your body. The fastest is getting you through the line. That's also Taco Bell at 4.3 minutes, they said was the average wait time between order and getting your food.
If we were going to measure average time between consumption and crap.
Oh, wouldn't it be Taco Bell?
No, actually for me it would be McDonald's breakfast.
Oh, that goes through you.
Every single time I have McDonald's breakfast, they like march in like they're captain of the bowels. Boop, ba boo, ba boo, get out! And then whatever else is in there gets scared and has to run out. If I get a bagel sandwich at McDonald's, there's something about it where everything else just says, I got to get out of here. The bagel sandwich doesn't leave. It stays and digests.
We haven't expanded the tolerancy diagnosis like lactose. People are intolerant, right? That's a thing. We know about that. If you're just lactose intolerant.
Weak.
But what happens? You have to crap if you eat dairy, right? That's bad.
Who's dairy?
Well, you know what I'm saying. The point is, if I go to certain restaurants, I will instantly have to crap. But we don't have a medical diagnosis like, oh, sorry, I'm Taco Bell intolerant, right? Like, we don't have that. But that's probably a thing you have. There's something in certain foods, I'm sure, that probably causes that to happen.
I feel like everybody makes cracks about White Castle, but that's never done it for me. I can eat White Castle and not have to crap.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
But
everybody makes jokes, but hey, White Castle's I can't eat it very often, though, because you know what happens. I don't know what happens.
It's a lot of grease.
A lot of grease for all this stuff.
They all have a lot of grease. You're right. I don't know. Maybe it's the specific type of. I don't know. Who knows?
Wonderful. It's health food.
Yeah.
All right, game show. We didn't do it on Tuesday, so we're going to do it today. Game show coming up in 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Slower traffic is causing a 5-minute delay on westbound 670 between 5th Avenue and Neal Avenue. And you're going to hit a 10-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between 33 and 270. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Hey, Ohio State fans, while others cut corners like that team up north, Valvoline Instant Oil changes Buckeye level quality. And you can stay in your car while their experts do the work. Drive in today. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is simple and effective. At the end of the day, it's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And bet and reduce juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Look, there's feelings and then there's the facts. If you're feeling like your finance team is bogged down in mundane manual tasks, the fact is you need Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card that makes the expense process fast and easy. The moment your team makes a purchase, Ramp handles everything. Receipt collection and approvals, the works. With Ramp, you can cut your month-end close from 5 days to 1, customize approval workflows, and get complete control over every transaction. Facts. Over 25,000 businesses trust Ramp, including Shopify and the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is why they were just named #1 in spend management by G2. Facts. Start using Ramp and you'll have more time to spend scaling your business. And that'll feel really good. Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Barely famous, incredibly stupid. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Happy Thursday. So glad you're here. Tomorrow on the show, it is Tool of the Week Day. Tool of the Week space.
Tool of the Week.
Day.
/day. Yeah. Right.
Not Ryan Day.
I got it. Thank you.
He's not a Tool of the Week.
No.
He's my awesome friend.
He's your
Rai.
Your friend?
Rai.
Okay.
We have pet names for each other. He calls me A-hole. I call him Rai.
That's a pet name. Sure it is. Of course it is.
We didn't do game show on Tuesday. We'll do it now. Come on.
And you'll regret this instantly, but here we go. We know, Mike, future doesn't really tell us what's going to happen as far as how expensive everything's going to be. Could be super pricey. Could be cheap. I don't know. What I do know was stuff was cheap back in the day. I went back to look at 1964. That was the last time the Browns won an NFL championship. We hadn't been to the moon yet in 1964.
Well, some people I know think we never went to the moon.
Well,
so
fair enough. MLK had just delivered the I Have a Dream speech 1 year prior to 1964. That's how long ago that was.
Not a real person.
Buckeye legend Chris Spielman hadn't even been born yet. That's how long ago this was. 1964, last time the Browns won an NFL championship. But they did win one. They won many of them. But no Super Bowls. Anyway, that's the year we're in to find out how much these things cost.
All right,
things
go.
were cheaper.
Come on.
A loaf of bread in 1964, was it over or under 25 cents for a loaf of bread?
We're just talking straight white bread, homie, right?
Yeah, just straight. Yeah, just sliced white bread.
I'm going to say under.
Ooh, sorry. It was over, but not by much. A whopping 30 cents is what it cost for a loaf of bread back then.
A lot of ripoff.
I know. How about a brand new Ford Mustang? Now, this is not the optioned out, GT 350 or something like that. This is just
it's a Mustang.
Yeah, it's a Ford Mustang in 1964, over under $2,500.
I'm going to say over.
Under.
I suck at this game.
But not by much. $2,320. So, probably with destination fees.
What does that mean in today's money? What would that be?
$8 billion.
No,
I don't know it. I didn't.
Hey, Teddy, will you look up $2,500?
Well, you can go look up what a base. I know it's not the same thing, but what a base Mustang costs today.
No, it's not the same thing. I want to know what $2,500 was worth in 1964 in today's money.
All right,
I don't know what today's money means because we lost like $19 trillion today.
Yeah, Ted, look at yesterday's money just to be safe, not today's money because it may be back at the same price.
$25,000 basically.
Okay,
it's still a pretty good deal.
Well, that's like the base price on a base Mustang now. I think is around 25 to 28 grand.
Is it? Is it that low?
Yeah, yeah. For like the base, you're not getting a lot of bells and whistles for that, but you can still get in under 30 grand on those things.
All right, that'll look.
Next up, a ticket to the movies over under $1 to see a movie.
Under. Come on now. No, you can't tell me that a matinee in 1964 is going to cost you over $1.
It's the average price for a movie ticket.
That's bogus, man.
It was over, but it was $1.50.
I'm doing prices in Topeka.
It was $1.50.
Don't give me this Manhattan crap that you're doing.
The national average was $1.50.
Topeka.
Now, you could have gone and seen Mary Poppins in the theater back then.
Oh, hello. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
How about that? Postage stamp.
Alive.
Oh, yeah, Julie Andrews.
Everybody on that movie's alive.
Dick Van Dyke's
Dick's
still
alive,
kicking.
too. He's chimming in with the cartoon penguins.
That's right. I forgot. And he, wasn't he in a Coldplay video recently?
I don't know.
I believe that's right. I don't listen to Coldplay, so I don't know. I don't know, Craig. A postage stamp. Was it over or under a penny?
Got to be over a penny.
How would it be under a penny?
How could it be under a penny?
Exactly right. It's a good question.
Man,
I was hoping you wouldn't say under.
Half a cent.
Glad to give you one. It was 5 cents, Mike. 5 cents. There you go. That's what it costs to send
Actually, what is a stamp today?
I think it's like a couple bucks.
No, it's not a couple of bucks.
I think it's like $9.
What stamp's not a couple
like
bucks?
I think it's like $9.
Come on.
I bought a book of stamps the other day, and I think it was like
73 cents.
Yeah, I think it was like $8 or $10 for a book of stamps or a sheet of them. So yeah, there you go. As this website where I was looking up some of this info says, a record album. Was it over or under $7 to get a? We're talking.
What are we talking about? An EP or an LP?
LP, 12-inch, the real deal album. Over or under $7. Under is correct.
Yeah, come on. What are we doing?
It was $6, but still. You know what?
More than I thought.
Some of those, it could have been like a double gatefold vinyl, something like that.
You know, it was probably a big album then.
What was that?
Meet the Beatles.
You know what? I'm going to look up. I'll do it while I'm doing.
Because the Beatles hit the scene in '63. They hit the scene here in 63.
Yeah, that would have probably been huge. You're right. Best-selling albums of 1964, for what it's worth. Selling 6 million units.
Yeah.
The number one album
Yeah.
of 1964 was Whipped Cream and Other Delights by Herb Alpert. Can't tell you I've ever heard of it.
I don't even know who that is. Do you, Teddy?
You were right.
You went to prom in 64.
Peaches and cream, right?
Rimmer actually was like, I refuse to play it on my radio gig. Because he was already working for 20 years up in Calgary.
Saskatoon.
Yeah. The Beatles, Meet the Beatles, was number 3 that year.
What was number 2?
Hard Day's Night by the Beatles.
You know what? That was the newer one.
Also, number 4, the Beatles' second album. Number 5, Something New from the Beatles. So
Beatles big in 64.
Yeah, and then number 6 was Fiddler on the Roof soundtrack.
That's nice.
All right. Anyway, next up, a pack of cigs. Smoking your cigarettes back then, that was a thing not everybody, but a lot of people were doing. It's not a thing we're doing as much now. Over under $2 for a pack of cigarettes.
Under.
Yeah. It says it was $1.60.
You got to get your tobacco on.
Yeah, of course. And finally, a can of Coca-Cola. Now, I don't know how many people were buying cans of Coca-Cola back in the day, because I would think at this time it was still very a bottle situation.
Yeah.
But I guess they had cans of Coke. Over under 15 cents for a can of Coke.
Over.
Under. 10 cents. 10 cents for a can of Coke.
Would you rather have your Coke in a bottle or a can?
I have become more of are we talking back then or now?
Now.
Oh, then a can. I thought you were going to ask if it was back then. I would take
what's the difference?
The glass bottle.
No. I'm sorry. I misspoke. I'm referring to a glass bottle.
Oh, okay.
Because Coke will still sell glass bottle Coke.
Yes, they do.
I'm not talking about that plastic BS. We got the microplastics in our pee-pee. Glass, baby.
Glass. I like a glass bottle. I can go with that.
It's interesting because for beer, I think the superior thing is the can. And for a long time, the can fell out of favor.
It did.
It was bottle.
Yeah.
White Yuppies, bottle. Then one day, somebody said, this is better. Can keeps it colder.
Yeah, it does.
It's easier to hold.
Uh-huh.
Don't let the light in.
That's right. You put a koozie on it.
Right. Now we're back to cans, and I appreciate that. For some reason, though, when it comes to pop, I'd rather have glass bottle than can.
You know what I used to have?
Why?
I don't know. I don't know why the reason is for that. I do know that when I was a kid.
A beverage bisexual.
You just I guess so. You're fluent. You're bottle fluent.
Mm-hmm.
You can just kind of go whichever way you need to. Do you remember in the 90s, the Crystal Pepsi era of soft drinks, okay? They had at a store, you could go get a can, you could go get like a tall bottle, like an 18 ounce or whatever that bottle was, and then you could get those short glass stubby bottles, which I don't think, we don't have those anymore, but like the regular size.
The Coors Banquet beer, that type of bottle.
But it'd be a clear glass bottle, and you get Mountain Dew in it, or Pepsi, or Coke, or whatever you like. They sold them in those bottles, and I remember thinking those were the best thing. My grandparents used to keep those bottles, rinse them out, and fill them with water and stick them in the fridge, and then they would take those in car rides. And then after we'd been out, because my grandparents would sometimes take me to a yard sale on a weekend. Mom and Dad would drop us off. They'd drive us around the yard sales, the garage sales, the rummage sales, whatever you call them. And by about 9, 10 o'clock, after the sun had been up a few hours, we'd been driving around, stopping. They'd offer me a drink out of that glass water bottle with the water sitting in it for like 3 hours in the sun. And I would take a sip,
good eating.
And it would be like drinking boiling water. And it was not my favorite drink. But I'll never forget those glass bottles. I don't know why we got away from that.
We go to see a new punk band tonight.
What's it called?
Beverage Bisexual.
Yeah. Bev. For sure.
Stephen Collins.
Sure thing. Let's do it again.
Beverly D'Angelo. How are you, honey? How are you, Chevy? Back page coming up. Colin Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to run into some slowdown due to an accident on East Spring Street near 4th Street downtown. And we also have a slowdown due to a crash that's on Frank Road at Hardy Parkway. This report is sponsored by Ohio 811. Call before you dig. Contact Ohio 811 at least 48 hours before you dig. It's easy to do, and it's the law. Centerpoint Energy, Columbia Gas, Duke Energy, and Enbridge Gas want you to dig safely. Contact Ohio 811 every time you dig. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where our erectile dysfunction treatments are shown to be effective in nearly 90% of cases. Listen to what Alex has to say about our ED treatments.
I have been experiencing problems with ED, but that's all changed. My name's Alex, and I've been a patient for Tri-State Men's Health for under a year. I highly recommend this. Every day I wake up feeling good compared to I was back in the old days. It changes, more exciting. You know, I don't have a problem with ED anymore. I'm having a lot more fun. I was very comfortable. I was always comfortable in any conversation I had with Tri-State Men's Health. Yeah, I just want to let gentlemen out there know that you do not have to live with ED, that it is not just an aging process. It is also hormonal and balance and everything in your system. And once you get that under control and everything, you do go back to your youth a lot in how you feel.
Thanks, Alex. It's true. If you're like most men, we'll help you get your sex life back. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle and Market District. Find everyday savings and bargains on produce, meat, and more. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting long-term lower prices. With our weekly sales, deals for days promotions, and My Perks loyalty program, Giant Eagle helps make the most out of every shopping trip. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle and Market District today to see how easy it is to save.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, as Care grew over the years, you had many opportunities to sell Care to one of the big conglomerates that are buying companies all over Central Ohio. So tell our customers why you decided to keep Care in the family.
After talking about Care's values for over 30 years, I couldn't bear the thought of Care becoming the kind of company I was warning our customers about. I know the two of you will continue to treat our customers as I would, with honesty and integrity.
We will, Dad. In 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for Ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
You can catch all the Final Four action on 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fans HD2.
Live coverage from San Antonio starts Saturday at 4.
Your home of the Final Four. 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fan.
Picture this. You walk into a Tim Hortons and get a warm toasted English muffin or a buttery biscuit layered with fluffy fresh cracked eggs, melty cheese, and savory sausage or bacon. Now imagine that breakfast sandwich for just $3 when you buy any size coffee, hot or cold, because when you're running on empty, you want a breakfast that does more than just fills you up. So start your morning with Tim's, because you deserve a breakfast that's as good as your day is going to be. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Offer valid only during breakfast hours. Exclusions apply. Additional terms apply.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
The Fan Poll is brought to you by Caster Connection. Visit CasterConnection.com to shop online or to work with our Caster Solution Specialists.
Buckeye Show coming up at the top of the hour. Timmy is off, the fine host of the Buckeye Show. He is a super villain. Tito jeffed it off. And Tyvis Powell.
Oh, you guys.
No, what are you looking at?
Well, okay, everyone knows.
All,
listen,
you reading it like you hooked on phonics.
No, listen
Are you
to me.
okay?
Teddy last night. Everyone in Central Ohio knows Teddy likes country and western bars and riding the mechanical bull. Okay, we all know that on Wednesdays. That's what he does.
That's what Panama Ted does, you're saying?
Yes, Panama Ted.
Yeah.
So Ted texted me last night, says, wear the same thing you wore yesterday. We're going to do it again.
Uh-huh.
I've got the notes here. You say, Timmy's off today. Filling in for Timmy's my friend. No one else is. I say, you didn't have me on your list. You say, Tito, you're such a good friend. I can't host with you. And then Bone says, yeah, you wouldn't want to spoil it. You say, I have such respect. Anyway, I've got everything right here.
Tyvis, what's going on, buddy?
So I wore the same clothes. The same damn clothes.
That's
all
right.
because Teddy drinks.
Yeah, I know. It's right. Yeah. Or.
Tyvis, how's the family?
You know, they're doing well. You know, it's
family's nice, isn't it?
Tito.
I have such respect for you.
Let's pretend like he's not here.
I can't possibly disagree with you on any topic.
So
he's like a T-Rex. If you don't move, he won't see you.
I don't.
Right.
Did you have a Snickers before you came
No,
here?
I'm just.
You sound
I fell
hangry.
for it twice now. I am hangry. I'm mad at Teddy and these guys for not even doing it. Same shirt. Same shorts.
I'm not wearing the same shirt.
Again, no underwear.
Yeah, well, that we are not surprised.
You roll like that?
Oh, of course I do. You kidding me? It's 70 degrees outside. Yeah, you can't wear underwear in 70s.
Isn't that like were you not supposed to do it?
No, you do it when it's right.
I believe that's what Carrie Fisher said as well. You can't wear underwear in the 70s. I'm pretty sure she said that. Isn't that
I haven't
right?
worn them in the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s either.
You agree with him on that?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. So, Tyvis, I have a question for you. So I got in trouble with my wife because I told her just casually, like DeVier was here yesterday, okay, and his son was here.
Okay.
And I had a Cheryl's cookie at my desk.
Mm-hmm.
And I made sure there was no nuts in
Was
it.
it moist?
Probably. It was in the wrapper.
Okay.
You know? It was all
Fresh,
sealed.
it was a fresh cookie.
Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And no nuts because I didn't want him to have like nut allergies and die.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was just, sitting out here playing Pop a Shot while Dad was doing the radio show, and I offered the kid a cookie.
Okay.
And he didn't want it, and that's fine. But I go home and I tell my wife this. She starts screaming at me.
Why?
You can't go giving kids cookies. You're creepy. You can't do it. He doesn't know you.
I'm not some dude off the street. I work in the same office with his father.
It's not like you said you got candy, you want to give him a ride.
It's
home.
exactly right. And
What if he's allergic to something? What if he can't eat eggs and he dies?
That's a fair point.
Well,
I'm saying I see both sides.
so my question
I see both
is,
sides of this.
if your daughters were in here
Okay.
and I offered them a cookie, would you be mad at me for offering a cookie?
No.
Okay.
To be fair, DeVier wasn't mad at you either. I'm sure if he found out that you offered something, he wouldn't be mad. He would be like, hey, that's fine. He just didn't want a
No,
cookie.
my wife was mad at me.
Do your wife listen to the show?
Oh, God, no.
So when you do her voice, does she ever hear your invitation?
Oh, she hears it.
And what did she say?
She's numb to it now. We've been married for 18 years.
My oldest son had life-threatening peanut and egg allergies. So we always had to carry the EpiPen around, just in case.
Yeah.
Peanut and egg. Because you cross-contamination stuff, kid could eat nothing. Candy-wise, Halloween was just for everybody else to get
But
his
there
candy.
are some kids that, they can't even smell it, right?
Right,
Was
yeah.
your
The
son
peanut
like
thing was
that?
in there. He was the peanut, like if it was around that, yes. The egg was not quite as bad.
Okay.
But when me and the former president went on a vacation, first time without the kids, right? So we have like our list of things for the babysitter, like, look, make sure this, and this. And I've got the EpiPen, the practice one in my hand. And I'm practicing it. Because they have a practice one, they give you, like, you put it in your leg and click. It'll click. You can hear it click so you know it works.
That motion is great. If you could keep doing that on camera, it's good.
No.
It looks good under the desk, especially.
Listen, I grabbed the real one.
Oh, and you
of the night
gave it
before
to yourself?
And I jabbed myself again in the leg. It gave myself a shot with the EpiPen.
And
So
then
what happened then?
You got a free trip to the emergency room?
No, I was up all night from the rush, like clean the garage, scrubbed floors. I literally could not sleep. I was up all night.
It's epinephrine, right?
So you did you did more around the house?
Yeah, I know. So
my wife is going to jab me with an EpiPen.
I did another one
a
too.
dead sleep.
Get up.
One was expired. My wife said, you got to bend the needle off. And I go to bend the needle off and jab myself in the thumb on the wrong end. So twice I've done it. My kid never had to have it.
Wow.
Never.
But you.
Me, twice.
It's only
It's amazing how that marriage didn't work out.
It's shocking. It really is. Hey, this one here, Make some bets if you want to right now down at Hollywood Casino.
I don't know. There's only one person I know with like a peanut and shellfish allergy.
Who's that?
That's Josh. So like when we go to like.
Okay, just Josh who? I'm just saying, like, you know a lot of Joshes.
You did say that, like,
he said that, like,
it's like
Timmy Hall
share.
said it.
Oh, like,
share. Yeah.
Do you guys know who Josh is? Do you know who Josh is? No one knows who Josh is.
You don't know who Josh is.
I'm sorry. We're not former Buckeye greats. We have no idea.
First of all, are you talking about Joshua?
No. You could call him that.
No, I called him Josh. He yelled at me.
Yeah, well, he's
Joshua Perry did?
I do it intentionally. He says he wants to be called Joshua, so that's why I call him Josh.
Okay,
I see.
All right.
Yeah,
you can get
good.
away with that. You're much bigger than me.
Look at you. I'm like,
Not bigger,
y'all know who I'm talking about.
He's just pretentious.
But yes, Josh, when you go out to eat with him, like, it's something that you don't think about. But like, they were like, does anybody have allergies? And I'll be like, oh snap, I can't really get shrimp and lobster.
You can get it, just don't kiss him after you eat it.
Well, I don't do those type of things.
Not anymore, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
It's all right. I'll do it.
No one's
It's
judging.
fine. Just let me know. I'll do whatever we need
Get
to
some
do.
snake semen.
I keep it away from him. Like, I got to keep the plate on this side if he on this side.
Well, he can't even, like, touch it?
I don't know.
He probably can't touch it.
I don't want to be the one.
Does he normally peel your peel and eat shrimp for you?
No, I tell you what, we went out one time and I had ordered something like shrimp or something on the Benihana's thing. And he said, I can feel my throat. Like,
no.
That's why. So like, ever since that day, it's been like, I don't really want to eat it around him.
You got to be meticulous about that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Meticulous. Look at you, man.
All right, what's coming up on the Buckeye Show?
Got some recruiting news on the football and basketball front. We will hear from Jake Diebler, and we will tell you who The Athletic thinks is the most popular college football team in America.
Buckeye Show, top of the hour, right here on The Fan.
Back page, hit it!
The Back Page. The Back Page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Tito, that was just a smidge aggressive. I mean, it was just a little.
Hit it!
It was just like, all right,
Let's
calm
go.
down. Yeah. So, Fox, the television network, they have no ideas when it comes to programming. They have renewed 4 of their long-running shows. The Simpsons, Family Guy, Bob's Burger are all coming back for 4 more seasons each. Additionally, Fox announced that American Dad, which was on the network, is coming back in 2025-26 with another 4-season order. These renewals will take all 4 series through the 2028-29 TV season. That means The Simpsons will have been on the air by the time this ends for its 40th season on television, which is incredible. Still, what?
I never saw an episode of The Simpsons.
I forgot that about you.
I swear to Buddha, I never have.
I forgot that about you.
I'm mad they don't got Rick and Morty on.
Worst episode ever.
That's right. Rick and Morty. Great show. Family Guy will run in its 27th year. 27 seasons of Family Guy, which is also, like, incredible. And, Mike, how many years do you think Bob's Burgers has been on the air?
10.
19.
19?
Right.
I was going to say 13.
Yeah.
19.
Never
Bob's
seen
Burgers.
that or...
You never
you got to watch
Family Guy. I've never
Bob's
seen Family Guy. I
Burgers.
don't know. I stopped watching cartoons a long time ago.
Oh, my God.
Does Josh watch them?
No, he's like a documentary type of guy.
How about Cardi? B? Cardi Jones? Does Cardi Jones watch him?
You know what? He is a big kid, so he probably watched like Rugrats.
How about Bear
like
Bear?
That. Who?
JT Bear Bear. Does he watch him?
As much as I love this conversation,
got time to talk about
You're
nothing.
late.
it's time for the Buckeye Show. We'll see you tomorrow. Common Man and T-Bone on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should be aware of an accident that's on East Broad Street near Rose Hill Road that's causing delay. And we've got a 5-minute slowdown on northbound 315 between 670 and North Broadway. This report is sponsored by Ohio 811. Call before you dig. Contact Ohio 811 at least 48 hours before you dig. It's easy to do, and it's the law. Centerpoint Energy, Columbia Gas, Duke Energy, and Enbridge Gas want you to dig safely. Contact Ohio 811 every time you dig. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Skyline nachos are back, and now there's a spicy version. Get them with Skyline's cheddar or habanero cheese, topped with fiery jalapeno slices. But hurry, Skyline's regular and new spicy nachos are only at participating restaurants for a limited time.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived, the only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When your sump pump is no longer sumping and pumping, please don't become a sump pump grump.
A sump pump grump thinks whacking the pump will make it start working again.
But it never does.
Get Eco. ECO. A sump pump grump will let a faulty sump pump completely ruin a perfectly good day.
Fortunately, I've invented a solution.
No more sump pump grump?
No more sump pump grump.
Get Eco. ECO. Tell me about it, Jerry.
The solution is that you get Eco to do a sump pump inspection.
What would that include?
We check your pump, your battery backup, and all the downspouts and drains along the way to make sure everything is running clear.
How much?
That's up to you, Aaron.
Jerry, Eco would be happy to do that for just $89.
That's a great price.
Get Eco. ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
Go to geteco.com.
Hey, Ohio State fans. While others cut corners, like that team up north, Valvoline Instant Oil Change is Buckeye-level quality. We train hard and treat every day like game day. We're always quick, but never rushed. And you can stay in your car while our experts do the work. Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit valvoline.com/Buckeyes to find your nearest location and access exclusive fan savings.
Look, there's feelings, and then there's the facts. If you're feeling like your finance team is bogged down in mundane manual tasks, the fact is, you need Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card that makes the expense process fast and easy. The moment your team makes a purchase, Ramp handles everything. Receipt collection and approvals, the works. With Ramp, you can cut your month-end close from 5 days to 1, customize approval workflows, and get complete control over every transaction. Facts. Over 25,000 businesses trust Ramp, including Shopify and the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is why they were just named #1 in spend management by G2. Facts. Start using Ramp and you'll have more time to spend scaling your business. And that'll feel really good. Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
At Diamonds Direct, our experts go the extra mile to ensure you have the tools to say I do with absolute confidence. Our promise to you is a completely risk-free shopping experience rooted in transparency, education, and integrity. No pressure, no intimidation, just clarity and confidence in your purchase. But we're about more than just price. Everything is backed by our exclusive guarantees. Put our tools to the test against any competitor, and our expert staff will ensure you get the very best overall value and unforgettable experience. Learn more at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Hey, it's Anthony. Of course, I sit and do the show 3 hours a day. But after that, I'm looking to get things done and enjoy the spring weather. So I want to be on my feet a lot, playing golf, working out, just moving around. I was introduced to the Good Feet store because my feet were aching way too often. And what I found there is a 3-step custom arch support system that has me feeling awesome. My personally fit arch supports have helped realign my feet, reposition my body into a more ideal position, and not only that, strengthen my feet to help support me. It's made all the difference in how I feel every day. The Good Feet store is going to help you where you need relief and find the arch supports that work best for you. And when you wear them as a system, their arch supports are more effective at long-term pain reduction and elimination. So go in, take the free test walk. Good Feet arch supports are immediately available. Their products are proudly made in the USA. They're on Polaris Parkway and on Stringtown Road in Grove City or at goodfeet.com.
Here's 3 reasons to buy your Blue Jackets ticket plans for the 25-26 season. 1, pick your seat and pick your games. 2, plans start at just 11 games. 3, priority access to Stanley Cup playoff tickets. Act now. Visit BlueJackets.com.